Welcome everybody to Adrift in Aldhalor, our weekly actual play D&D show set in our homebrew world of Aradun. Our music is licensed through musicbed.com, and we use Bardly to disperse it amongst ourselves. Bardly is a great tool for your home games if you're just trying to play remotely and get some music and sound effects to your friends. And Musicbed is great if you're a content creator and need to license music. Not sponsors, just useful tools. I'm going to bring Shannon into the room now.
That's me. Have I entered?
You've entered.
Excellent. Welcome. Audacity, everybody, which I totally started before I started talking. Absolutely. Nope.
What?
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about our partners.
Our partners?
That's what I do. That's part of my job that I don't get paid for. So
whoa.
Here we go. All right, here we go. We're going to start with Arcane Spectacles. Get a personalized touch for your home with Arcane Spectacles Christmas ornaments. Customizable with the party members and DM's names. These ornaments are perfect for TTRPG and D&D fans. Durable and lasting, they'll be a cherished reminder of your adventures. Visit them now at arcanespectacles.com and add magic to your home all year long. Next, we have Underground Oracle Publishing. They are a best-selling, Emmy-nominated TTRPG publisher building new and exciting settings for the Cypher system of every genre you can imagine. Each setting includes everything you need to explore its unique world, including lore, species, descriptors, foci, creatures, ciphers, artifacts, and all of the rules that you need to play. For as little as $3, you can join their Patreon and help shape each of the worlds that they create. Next, we have Edward Yorke. Eddie Yorke is our character artist. You saw our art on our starting soon screen, and you will see it again on our rotating character cards in just a moment. He is an illustrator based in the UK who makes art for games and books. To visit his portfolio and get in contact with him, visit eyorke.com. Last but not least, we have 1985 Games. They create affordable, accessible, high-quality accessories for D&D and other tabletop role-playing games. Somebody here uses their NPC card. Sean, do you know who that is? Who's the person that uses them?
I have no idea.
Me!
Alex!
Alex
uses them. That's right. Boom, there they are. There's an example. They've got so many cool things. Personality. I thought that said smell. It says skill, flaw, goal, and secret. All on the back of the card, along with some gorgeous art. So you can get those sets and many more of their accessories on their website. And use the code paradiceprod for 10% off your entire order. Last but not least, that was all the partners. I meant last but not least, so the last thing I have to say is that we have recaps on our Discord. If you would like to join us there, we'd love to have you. And also join us on Bluesky, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, Instagram, and TikTok. All the places. If it's not Paradice Prod, it's Paradice Pro, because I actually think the only place it is Paradice Pro is Twitter, because Paradice Prod was taken. So we
should keep our eye out in case Paradice, just Paradice ever becomes
Paradice?
Available. Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out. All right, I done.
All right.
Let's
You all
bring
ready?
boys in.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I gotta bring the whole team in.
The whole
Bring
crew.
me in. Gosh, you almost forgot about
Wake me up.
Wake
me up.
Okay, that's enough of that. That is a demerit for all of you.
What?
I didn't
What's
do
the,
anything.
what's the opposite of inspiration? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine? I'm not a DM who hands out inspiration. I only hand out demerits because I'm hardcore. Anyway,
Call
I
me
always
Mr.
said that about
Feeney,
you, Sean.
Mr. Matthews. Come see me in my office.
yes, I also have detention as the DM. So you have to stay afterwards if you mess up and write essays. No, of course not.
That sounds terrible. I don't want to write an essay about my character.
I don't like the tone you have right now. It's very perplexing.
Isn't that just your backstory?
Yeah. You have to submit a backstory by 1 a.m. Anyway. All right. Last we left off on the 4th day of Anarum, slaughtered on a Sanctinaire. Actually, Sanctinaire is wrong. It's a soulless snare.
Next to a dog.
Yep. Well, for some of you, yes. Someone woke up next to Bruce the dog. Not sweet
Yeah.
Bruce.
No,
Probably.
the 4th was a Selecta. It was a Saturday.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I was right.
Mm-hmm. Never second guess yourself.
Thanks.
Ever.
Anyway, last we left off on a Sanctinaire. Iron and Mana found themselves trapped at sea by a forest of glowing seaweed, with the Bone Rattler hot on their tail. The party sprung into action. Sass leapt into the water to investigate the seaweed further, but soon found herself ambushed by... Now, I'm going to have to pronounce this correctly, the type of monster they are. Sauhwagen? Sauhwagen.
Mer people.
Shark people. Sauhwagen,
Oh,
a
right, they were
shark-like
shark
humanoid
people.
creature. Theron tied a rope off and leapt after her with it in hand. Jacquet began using his decanter of endless water to push the seaweed away from the ship's path. Overcoming his fear of the waters, Septimus ran out to assist Jacquet, and he hailed Sal to come up and help Theron and Sass with the rope. All the while, across the fog-ridden sea, the Bone Rattler crew hustled to make chase. Lasha, the orcish sorceress, kneeled in a ritual circle, channeling powerful magic at the behest of Captain Alina. Beyond just the seaweed, this magic seemed to produce the fog over the sea and specters aboard the utterly seaworthy. Captain Alina would spare nothing to get her revenge on the Iron and Mana team. A skirmish ensued as Sal helped Theron and Sass back onto the ship, and the Sahagwin began climbing the sides. The shark people began climbing the sides. Our heroes rallied to protect the sailors. Though Saskia fell at one point to the ravaging onslaught, the party pushed back the threat, and through the ingeniousness of Bruce and Jacquet, set up a trapped barrel in their wake. The trap incapacitated the Bone Rattler and left them dead in the water, which ensured the utterly seaworthy's escape. In the wake of this escape, the ship remained tense to signs of danger, but Jacquet was able to calm weary minds with his mirth and some good-hearted gambling over wine. The captain's daughter, Almira, even joined in wagering a supposed family heirloom. Jacquet won said item, but learned she lied to get him to wager higher. But of course, he used his enchanted dice to win. Below deck, alone in the dark of the storage deck, Saskia whimpered and licked her wounds. An intense insecurity beset her, but soon enough, an avatar of her patron squeezed its way into the deck in the form of a jellyfish. The patron prodded and poked with demands for Saskia to stand up and claim what is hers. Eventually this worked, and the patron told Sass to never be bested again by another sea witch, and to start using her companions more tactfully, seize the Bone Rattler and her own self in the process. The next morning, the party lazed around the ship, but Bruce, while piloting his pet mechanical bird, Lollyrock, discovered a shipwreck on a rocky reef, and the party decided it was time to investigate, or to take a break from their seaworthy journey. This is where we left off. The ship is approaching this rocky reef, and you've all gathered on deck to decide how you plan to explore this. The ship itself is just going to anchor and give you a small raft to a small rowboat to bring yourselves over, because they don't want to get too close to the rocky reef, or the ship itself might suffer the same fate as the one you have discovered. So, what you have to decide now is who's going. Now, the reef is above water enough that it is not like you could go and stand on rocks. You don't have to be swimming as part of this, although there are parts that are underwater. So you are all on deck, staring off. It's about, I'd say it's probably about 150 feet from the ship, and you'll be able to take the rowboat. You could fit everyone on the rowboat if you squeezed on, but if anyone wanted to stay behind, they could.
I can swim, so that somebody else
That's
can
true
go.
too. Yeah, the
Somebody
strong
else can
swimmers
go.
could also do that.
I could row.
Okay. I don't like this. Next time, please, Captain, if I could be alerted to any diversions we're going to be doing,
I would appreciate it. We do have a deadline, people. Come on, I don't need to miss another performance.
I'm Jack Red. I made the call. I've read a lot of stories of finding treasure and goods on broken and stowed ships. Thought this was a great opportunity. I thought, in your best interest as well. I know you like gold, Jack Red, so this could be a chance to find some.
They also had gore.
This seems right up your alley.
We're not a corp. No, that's not how this works.
But you like adventure, right?
No, I do. I'm just saying that, we have things to do. So let's make this quick, huh? All right, come on, everyone. We should get going. I guess we'll do top to bottom, right? And we'll just... anything we find, we take back here.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we split evenly, looking at Jaquette.
Sure. Even Steven.
Are you even going on the ship? Are you going to come or are you going to stay here?
Oh, of course I'm going to come. You all
I
need
think
me.
she
Come
was-
on, let's be true.
No, we don't really.
Mhm.
But I'm happy to go check underwater and see what's down there. I actually used to do this a lot, so I'll find lots of good things. I'm sure.
It's awesome. All right. Bruce is very nervous.
You don't have to.
How do
come if
we-
You don't.
How do
want to,
we?
Bruce.
No, I want to. I just also terrified.
That's what makes it exciting. Yeah.
Well, Sass seems pretty confident. Why don't you scout ahead and look for some solid terrain? And by the time we get there, you can guide us.
Right. Sean, how deep is the water here? Like, can I dive up overboard and swim over?
Yeah, oh yeah. The ship is purposely staying in the deep water near the reef. It's probably, you could dive off and you'd be in very deep water. You can even see once you get into the water, there's sort of somewhat of a shelf that dips off from the reef that goes very deep into darkness.
Right. So I would take off my hat, my scarf, my jacket, my boots, and kind of just leave them all on a pile on the ship, and then climb up onto the rail, holding onto the rigging. And actually, before I do that, I probably go find my bag or satchel that I have and dump it out onto my hammock so that it's empty, and then sling it over my shoulder, and then come scurrying back up, step on the rail, and hold on, and just give everybody a salute and dive overboard. See you over there.
Fearon hops on the boat and reaches his arm out, keeping one foot, I'm assuming it's hanging off the side of the boat. So he's got one foot on the side of the boat and the rest of his body is in the ship, and he's just reaching out to help people onto the boat.
And Bruce grabs his hand.
Yeah, I grab his hand and then pull him over and lift him and put him onto the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be terrifying as Bruce just loses all sense of direction and vision for a second and then is back in the boat.
Yeah, a tiny one.
Yeah.
Septimus will wait a moment, kind of just taking a deep breath before taking Fearon's hand. But before doing so, he'll just kind of reach into his pocket and find the vial of potion of water breathing that Bruce gave him much earlier. And just all right, okay. Sal, you stay with the ship on this one. We don't need you falling off. And good lord, I don't know if we'll be able to get you back.
He gets in the rowboat and just breaks.
just
Just
jumps
sinks
into
like
it.
a stone.
Hole goes right through. He's at the bottom of the sea for the rest of the campaign.
As I'll take Fearon's hand and jump on board.
Okay. And Jacques, I imagine you.
Jacques just slinks in,
Yeah.
all nonchalantly.
And they lower the rowboat down. Now, Sass, when you leap into the water, you immediately kind of get that rush that you've had in the past when you are scavenging a wreck. You also get to see sort of the beautiful landscape of the reef. You can see there is an abundance of life here as you see schools of fish swimming about. You see brightly colored corals all along this sort of like tall, uh, it's almost a tower of rock, as opposed to like a long spread out coral reef. This is much more of uh, singular stack of rocks and coral that leads up to this sharp head that you can see where the ship had crashed into. You can see the front half of the ship at the base of this coral reef. Most of what's on the top is like like what's left of the back deck, and whatever did not completely crack and fall into the sea. So there's definitely a whole section that you can explore down there that would be fairly inaccessible to everyone else unless they really, really, really wanted it. As well as other things that have just sort of sank out from the ship. It's gorgeous. Sapphire blue with points of different smatterings of color from the coral reef. This is a very nice swim compared to last night's. Everyone else, Fearn is rowing. I imagine Bruce and Septimus are keeping very tight to the middle. And Jacquette, you can be either in the back or the front.
At the prow.
I knew it.
Like Washington, just like, yes, keep course. That's perfect, my friend.
I can't see anything.
As you are rowing there, and you'll get there fairly shortly after Sass gets there and gets a chance to explore first. So, Sass, what do you want to do as you're approaching?
So I think I want to start bottom up. So I want to start as low as I can go, find all the pieces.
So this is the above water view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I do have a below water view, but I set this up already.
Yeah, so I just want to go and like start where I can determine is the lowest part of the wreck and then work my way up. And I am totally like Little Mermaiding this. I'm taking everything. Like anything that looks remotely like useful, whether it's scrap metal that the nerds can use or anything shiny that Jacquette might like or any old weaponry for Fearn. Just like I am putting everything in my bag, and I imagine that I'm gonna fill it up quick, so I'm gonna like take trips up to the rowboat and just dump my bag out and then go back down.
Yeah, absolutely, Sass. So are you looking to just swim right to it and start investigating, or are you kind of keeping an eye around for other things as well?
Nope, I'm going right for it.
Beeline.
Beeline.
Alrighty. No problem. Very easy for you. Like you get there very fast considering your swim speed is just your movement speed.
It's faster actually. It's 40.
You get an extra, yeah.
Extra
okay.
feet.
Yeah, you get there. You swim. Wow. It takes you 15 seconds to swim 150
Amazing.
feet.
Amazing.
Or whatever it is. A little more than that, actually. But still, very fast. As you would get up there, and I imagine always there's sort of like, when you swim, like to get this like speed, this like underwater experience, there's always sort of like these very faint, almost imperceptible, like spectral like gills are on your neck and spectral fins on your feet that allow you to go quicker in the water.
Definitely got a good dolphin kick going too.
Absolutely. And you get there and you look around, you can see there's sort of like a bunch of detritus that is puked out of the ship that just the sheer fact that it's at the bottom could mean that there's stuff inside of it. It's not floating up at the top, or it could just simply be waterlogged. Do you want to take a look at that detritus first, or the actual hull of the ship that is still kind of somewhat intact?
Bottom up, baby. Detritus first.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. And I will give you advantage, given this is related to your background.
Thanks. Okay. Very nice. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Roll me 2 D100s.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I did them both at the same time and I added it together. Should I not have done that?
Probably not, but you can look
All
at the
right.
dice and just add the first 2 together and then
Yeah,
use the
let me
second
look
2.
at the log. Well, it just says 82 plus 1.
All right, then reroll.
Yeah. Okay.
Reroll the
All right.
first one.
Yep. First one is an 80. And the second one is 27.
Okay, 1 second. All right, you said 80.
Yep, 80 is the first one and 27 for the second.
Okay. Okay, so you find 2 sort of things that are not just trash. Things that are certainly scrap. One is what is clearly a rusted over old hook hand that would go on a pirate's fist or a sailor's fist.
Love
Mm.
It's exactly
It's
where
coated
my
with
brain
rust,
went
but you
too.
can tell that it's still sharp as you're kind of your finger pricks on it a little bit. And even when your finger pricks on it a little bit, you feel a little bit of a burn on your finger, almost like a little bit of acid
Ooh.
damage.
Oh.
The other thing you find is sort of it's waterlogged and there's no ink left in it.
Mhm.
But you find a fountain pen set that would certainly be possibly worth some money if it was cleaned up.
Great.
And not too far, you would actually find some stoppered bottles of ink that look very ornate and old.
Cool. Okay.
And then with so those are the 2 main things that are tangible that you find in this first dive.
Mhm.
You would also find mingled within the detritus small satchels of gold, or not gold, silver, and a few gems, altogether totaling to 70 silver pieces.
Okay.
And then I'll say you find about 14 pounds of just scrap, just
Great.
metal and other things that maybe the nerds can repurpose into scrap for their traps or other things they make.
Cool. Awesome.
So I imagine, Sass, you're gathering all this up in your bag. I imagine just sort of tossing it in real quick,
Yep.
and there's
Yep.
keeping your bag kind of floating at your side
Mhm.
as it gets weighted down more and more by the silver and the items and the scrap. Eventually, you fill it all up, and I imagine you come to the surface, and it's literally right as the rest of them are coming up with their rowboat.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of hold the bag up and just shake it, and you can hear all the clinking stuff around. Good haul so far, and that was just at the bottom of the ocean. I've got stuff for everyone already.
Oh God! Hold on. And Bruce takes out his bag of holding it here. Put it in here.
Yeah. And so I'll swim over and do the whole put my arms on the side of the rowboat and then just upend the bag. Everything's soaking wet. I'm sure there's seaweed and algae covering it, and I just dump it all in there. We'll go through it when we're all done, but there's got to be more down there. It's beautiful. If anybody wants to come down and look, it's really pretty.
I'm all right out here, but be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else
You
is
haven't
welcome to go.
You haven't checked anything on the surface level, have you?
No, not yet. No, I like to work from the bottom up, just to make sure I don't miss anything. And if you end up dropping something, just let me know and I'll go after it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna go check out the broken hull of the ship next. If you guys wanted to look up at the top.
How deep is it?
It's pretty deep. There's there's a deeper part that I don't know that there might be something down there, and I could go if we really, really wanted to. But I think we could see what else is here first. But yeah, it really is
Yeah.
very pretty.
I just figured if you needed a hand, I don't mind swimming, but I know you can hold your breath a lot longer than I can.
Oh, I can hold it indefinitely. I can breathe underwater. It's fine. No, it's. I mean, you're welcome to come see how lovely
How-
it is.
How long did it take you to get down there? Like going at a regular, like my speed? Like how long do you think it would take me to get
So
down there?
Sass, it's about 80 feet deep to the bottom of the reef
Okay.
where the ship's hull is.
Is and the where I just was with the detritus, was that like on the ocean floor,
So not the ocean floor, but the sort of this
the shelf?
precipice, the shelf. Thank you. That's the word I was thinking.
Yeah.
The shelf floor is about 80 feet deep. The
Okay.
ocean floor obviously goes much deeper than that.
Yeah. Well, it probably would take you
About a minute.
about a minute to get that down there. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I can't stay down there for super long, but if you need some help carrying things, I mean,
Sure.
you said it's really pretty, so I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, come on in. It's very nice.
You guys go along. I think I'll try to manage my way through the rubble up here. Try to stay above the water. Bruce, you coming along too?
Yeah, I just need help getting out of the boat. I don't exactly know where the landing is.
Well, you stay close. And Jaquette?
Jacquette's already leapt off and is kind of like muttering something under his breath that no one really can quite catch. Something about like, they don't think they know what they're doing. Fucking, I've been doing this shit for so much longer than them. As he just wanders up, looking for stuff.
Okay. So, Fearn's going with Sass down below. The other three are going to start investigating the top of this. The surface, the rest of you are investigating the butt of it. All right, so Fearn, you leap in after Sass, and again, you get this beautiful vision of this scintillating blue water as the it's still pretty dark though because there is fog all around, but for the most part, the fog is somewhat clearing, and you can just sort of start to see sunlight bleed into the waters below. As Fear, and you kind of jump down, and immediately, like, you're in the midst of a school of tiny little, like, orange fish that just sort of flee at your presence, and there's sort of just see like a little, like every now and then, like little streaks of frost come off of you. That then kind of break apart and just turn to more water as you're swimming through, and you can see this wreck down here. And like you've gone swimming in the north, but the waters there are not crystal clear like this, and there's not coral reefs there. You're used to frigid water with little life other than maybe some polar bears and some orcas and some penguins.
Yeah, so I'm clearly at awe. Like, you could see as I'm swimming down, like I keep moving, but my head is swiveling back and forth, exploring everything there is.
I'd be swimming next to you too, and like pointing out all the really cool stuff, and I think like I know I can understand you if you talk underwater. Does that mean you can also
Yes.
understand me? Yeah,
I believe
okay.
that's what the feature says. You can.
Yeah.
Does that
When
affect
fully
my?
submerged, yeah, any creature that is also fully submerged can understand your speech, and you can understand theirs. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just be like pointing out, like, look at those fish over there. Look at what they're doing, and look at that piece of coral. It's just, it's so pretty. We're not going. And here's the number one rule here: we don't touch the sea life. It stays where it is. We don't touch it.
But
Got
what
it?
if it looks tasty?
No, you do not touch it. Leave it alone. It's thriving. If you touch it, you could disrupt the entire ecosystem.
So only kill the ones that are big and
No,
carnivorous?
well, only if they're trying to eat you first for self-defense. But anyway, there's none of that here. Come look. And just kind of like excitedly like take his hand and
Yeah,
over.
and Fear, it like feels super unnatural to be talking underwater, and like you find yourself like feeling like you're going to, like, it's like, you're it's magical, so it's not affecting your breath, but you feel like every time you're catching your breath at the end of the sentence. And Fearn, like, maybe it's the awe of everything. Maybe it's Sass's enthusiasm guiding you, but all the weariness of your exhaustion, you're not feeling it as you're swimming through. You know, granted, you are still mechanically exhausted, but
Just to make that clear.
Thanks, Sean.
But would the two of you like to give me either individual investigation checks or one of you with advantage?
What's your investigation, Fearn?
Not good.
Mine's a +2.
All right, give it her advantage.
Cool.
I imagine Fearn isn't really searching very hard. Like, he's kind of just oversight. Like, it's a sort of thing where Sass would, like, find something and then, like, toss it to Fearn, and he would, you know, carry it.
You just are like...
So
have,
she
like, the
could swim
equivalent of,
faster.
like,
yeah. Like, I'm just following you, like, right
Yeah.
behind, picking up the things that you point at.
I point at a lot of shit. Like, I do not leave, like, I leave very little behind. I rolled 2 15s.
Okay. Is that what is that total? 17?
No, 15. I rolled 13 + 2 twice.
Oh, okay. Okay. Roll me 1d100.
89.
Okay. So as you're swimming about, you would Sass would be pointing to different things. You know, she would point to this rather large spider crab just sort of crawling across the detritus here, picking up little scraps of algae and eating it. As you would also see sort of just like all of these starfish crawling slowly across the deck of the hull that you guys found down there. And you can see as you swim down, it's very dim, but with your dark vision and your devil sight, you can see there does seem to be a bunch of stuff that is just accumulated and stuck in the hull itself, as it sort of seems to be like loosely tied up in a net that hasn't fully rotted away yet. So it's all kind of still there.
It's a fucking jackpot, Fearn. I would like to just, I would like to inspect the net to maybe tie up any loose ends, but then just like take the whole net and lug it up, and I'll look at all of it later.
Yeah. So give me a.
I'll use my mage hand if I need to.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
just trying to think of
Sean.
what the check would be to secure
If
this
there's,
net.
Sleight of hand, maybe?
Athletics.
So I feel like it would be athletics for them pulling it up, but when she's securing it and like tying it off,
Yeah.
I feel like that's like
Sleight of hand.
survival. Feels like
That's
survival
right.
to me.
Sean, is there any like air pockets down there, like
Not
within the
this one.
confines of the ship?
Not this side, because of the way that the hull is sunken down. It's not like sticking up. It's all just full of water. The back of the ship may have some air pockets in it.
What about like, is there anything in the ship that's floating to the top, like that looks like it could be full of air that could maybe like help us lift things fast?
Give me a perception check. Sass, what was that survival check?
It is natural 1 for a 2.
Okay,
I got a 10.
I'm gonna
on
lose
mine.
it.
Oh.
So Sass, as you're trying to tie this net back up with a natural 1, you find that like as your mage hand even is trying to like pull some of it together to tie it together, you're really just pulling it off of whatever was holding it here, and it just slowly starts to break apart, and then you kind of like pull it and you just kind of pull it open basically, and you watch as several of these barrels just tumble out of a hole at the bottom, and you can even like swim out and look past and see them sort of rolling towards the precipice.
Well, I bet they were full of gunpowder anyway. It'd be useless. Ugh. Does the net look like any like is it?
No, it was
repairable?
basically on the edge of rotting away. So like you
And I just
touching it
finished the
basically
job?
finished the
Yeah.
job. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Fuck. All right.
What was that D100 roll, by the way? Oh, 89, you said.
89. Yeah.
Okay, so
I got a 10 on perception.
10 on perception. So, Fearin, you would, funny enough, you would immediately notice some things floating to the top as Sass loosens this net. As you would see a couple of old barrels start to float up to the top. And before we go to the next thing that you two do, we're going to go up to the top as the lot of you start to investigate the island itself, the reef island. So, what do y'all want to do? You want to be pairing up or working all together? Or I imagine Jacquet is already
It
marched
sounds
ahead.
like Jacquet already just doing his own thing. So it's going to be Bruce and Sept tag team because he can't really see.
Yeah. I mean, Bruce can see through his bird, but his bird he doesn't know where his bird is.
Well, I guess, yeah, it would start with like Septimus and helping Bruce get on while having his own footing. And if there was like an area that had like a lot of like debris and stuff that like looked like was pretty stable, you'd be like, all right, you stay here, rummage through the stuff, see what you can find. I'm just going to go not too far. Let me know if you need anything.
All right.
Yeah, so the biggest thing here that is problematic for you all once you get onto some stable land is just you're still on the ocean, so there's still waves that kick up and push the up against this. So any of the detritus that's there is definitely not super stable. But if you can get Bruce over to the rocks themselves, they're a little slippery, but he would be able to have better grounding, better perception of his surroundings.
Yeah, I will do that if that's what he's comfortable staying there also.
Yeah, that sounds a good idea.
Okay.
And then Septimus will go explore an area that Jacquet's not dancing around.
Okay. So with that in mind, Jacquet and Septimus, or I guess Jacquet, since you were on there first, where are you particularly exploring? So based on what is on the battle map, essentially like where that cave like opening is basically what's remaining of the ship, like the interior guts of it. There's like, you see where there's that scorpion is really like the mast hanging off the side. And that is really kind of the most put together part of the ship is that hole in the center.
Right. So Jacques would be heading there specifically. Like if you think about a intact ship, he would be heading towards what he thinks to be the captain's quarters, where they keep the good stuff.
And this would be like where that would be based on the surrounding debris that you're looking at, because it seems as though like where I have Septimus and Bruce right now is like what remains of the front top deck, with the rest of it having sunk down to where Sass and Fearin are, and this back area is what remains of the back of the ship with the keep and the captain's quarters.
Perf.
Okay, and Septimus, would you be following him in there or checking out more of the rocky area where there's some of the other detritus that is sunk or spilled out of the guts of the ship?
Divide and conquer area that's not being explored.
Okay.
Just for your knowledge, Sean, I have 6 minutes of airtime, and it's going to take me 2 minutes to go up and down, so I'm assuming I have 4 minutes of search time.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay, so go ahead and give me perception or investigation checks for your respective areas. Septimus, I imagine you moved a little further in on the rocks. Bruce, you're right on the rocks where you would have just gotten onto them. And Jacquet, you're going into the guts of the ship.
Mm-hmm. I got a 14 on perception.
Okay.
22 for investigation.
Nice.
28 for investigation.
Jesus.
Jeez.
There's gold in these rocks. Where's a pickaxe at?
Okay. So, Jacquet, you would peer into the guts of the ship, and it's as you're stepping up to it, you would just sort of like hear the whoosh of the waves all around. You can see just sort of like this faint, like shifting back and forth of this thing. Like over the years, it's just been slowly whittling itself down. So the deck, the actual floor of the inside looks rather shaky. Like you could take the wrong step and your foot will go through the wood. But peering in with a 14, you can see some accumulation of shellfish and clams, other mollusks that have attached themselves in here. Other little creatures moving about. You see some fish swimming in a little pool that is formed in the middle of the deck there, as well as these large, overgrown, like mossy kelp-like growths over these sort of like pillars or things that are leaning up against the wall, as well as just a coral growth all over them. Outside, so Septimus, you would find similar pillars covered in coral and this sort of algae growth all over them that are just like leaning up against rock in certain places. As Bruce, you with your goggle vision can see through all the coral growth, you can see the general shape of general humanoid shapes. And they all look like they're in like some like one arm out, and then but then their whole body's kind of like scrunched together, but one hand out. And some of them you can see have broken limbs or whatnot that hints to you that these are solid little statuesque figures. Some of them in that hand sticking out have mugs, also seemingly solid and attached and made of stone. So it looks as though, from your perspective, the crew of this ship are all petrified or statues of some kind.
I'm gonna just quickly message. Hey, I'm just gonna message everybody like individually. Hey, just so you guys know, the crew is definitely petrified. They're over here. Just be careful.
Responding back, wait, can I respond back with message?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Jacques goes, okay, what do you make of it? Is there something else, or are they just petrified in these organic seaweed things?
It's kind of hard to tell from where I am.
Did you? I'm sorry, go ahead.
It just kind of seems like they were in the middle of, I don't know, drinking or having a good time, and they just got petrified. So I don't know what happened. It must have been sudden.
Sean, could I do like history check of any creatures aquatic creatures that have the capability of petrifying people?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could do the same.
Yeah, you can both do a history or a nature check.
Well, they're both the same. Oh. Nope.
What'd you get, Sass?
Bless you.
Thank you. 8.
19.
And a 19. Sass, what did you roll? And Mike, what did you roll?
9.
No, I meant
Minus
the
1.
type of roll.
Oh, nature.
Okay, and Mike?
History.
Okay. So, Sass, you think about it, and you are like thinking about like stone. What could turn things to stone? Water. Well, it would just sink to the bottom of the ocean. Why would anything turn into stone? That seems so pointless. What are they even gonna do with it being stone? They can't eat it. What's going on here? And you just kind of have a little thought while Fearin is like trying to grab detritus floating away.
Yeah.
Septimus, you've heard about some. With a 19, you've heard some sailor stories out of Hyven throughout your time of sea serpents that have sort of some kinship, some evolutionary relationship to basilisks.
Ooh.
And can be known to turn creatures to stone. You've also heard similar stories about sea hags and witches who curse sailors, who turn on their crew on when they're sort of shipwrecked or lost at sea, so that they get turned to stone and sink to the bottom of the ocean. and that's their fate for the rest of eternity. There's a lot of tall tales from sailors. The one that you'd probably find the most warranted would be the idea of a sea creature that is a relationship to a basilisk. It's the one that makes the most naturalistic, scientific sense.
Yeah.
Though, of course, we do live in a magical world, so can't rule out sea hags.
Of course.
Or the crew just all drank potions of petrification. And that's what the last drink was.
Of course. You're poisoned. I'll just say, whoever can hear me, I'll say, Bruce, let everybody know. Just stay frosty. I'm not going to search right now. I'm just going to keep an eye open.
All right, sounds good. I could also do the same too. I'd find Lolly Rock where the fuck he went.
Yeah. You see, as you're looking around for Lollyrock, Bruce, every now and then with your goggles, you just see the little feet of Lollyrock hit the stone of the reef. As Septimus, you would look over and see Lollyrock is chasing a little crab and trying to pick him up, and Lollyrock keeps getting snipped.
Can I go to Fearn and ask him to? Well, I guess I'll do it in character. Fearn, can you open that barrel and see if it's something valuable? I dropped a whole fuck ton of them, and if it's valuable, I need to go get them. So can you open it and see what's in it, please?
Fearn just nods and then pulls out a crowbar because he happened to have one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna honor your rolls from earlier that I never resolved for what you found here. So part of the roll was also losing some of these barrels. But you did find one non-junk valuable scrap item that Fearn might even be interested in when he looks at. But you open up the barrel and can find a rather ornate case inside. There's nothing else but air inside. You can see the bubbles just as soon as you crowbar it open.
Is there a possibility that I could get some air out of that? Can I have opened it from the bottom or something? No, that makes sense.
Just slurp up the bubbles.
Yeah, like Mario, you swim into the bubble.
No.
Are there any gold coins?
Yeah, there's not those weird cracks in the ground that just release oxygen like in World of Warcraft. But you are able to grab this case out of it and something you can haul.
Fearn, I dropped a whole bunch of them down. Are you good here? If I just go chase after them really quick, if there's more cases in there and there's more valuable things in there, I would hate myself for the rest forever if I didn't go get them.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine. You hurry up and grab those. I'll keep working up here.
I'll be right back. Phew! I go chase after the barrels.
You also would find a sack of coin that falls out of that barrel as well. That is roughly worth whatever coin it is will ultimately be worth 28 silver.
Doubloons. 28 silver, you said?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take that.
John, I just want to clarify that during this time, Septimus is just perceiving as best he can around him. So if you need me to make certain checks occasionally.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check for now. And I'll even say as you were investigating all this stuff, like Septimus, you even pulled some of the detritus away from the petrified people, and you can see fairly well preserved likenesses of these individuals. And if you scrape away the barnacles and the algae and seaweed that has accumulated, you can get a fairly good glimpse of what they looked like. And you can see that their cups still in their hands.
They're what? Oh,
you can
cups.
see most of them, unless they've fallen over, seem to have a cup in their hand.
Okay.
So
they weren't screaming in terror.
Exactly. They really do not look as though they were running or fighting or anything like that. They really do look as though they were cheersing before their petrification.
Would I know of any petrification potions, Bruce?
give me a nature check, or
Sure.
nature, or you could do Arcana too if you want.
Sure, I'll do Arcana. That makes more sense. 16.
Since you would have that knowledge more from Arcana. I mean, you know that generally speaking, a lot of the shops for adventuring gear in Halcyon stock pretty well with anti-petrification potions utilizing basilisk saliva. And it's a pretty good business to hunt basilisks, so much so that Halcyon has to regulate it so that they don't hunt the basilisks to extinction. Which would also, like, if you hunt the basilisk to extinction, would also remove the incentive to make petrification potions, because the basilisks are the ones petrifying them. Anyway, it's a weird economy.
Yeah.
But yes, you do know that they do exist.
Okay. I
Oh.
mean, could it be a self-induced or unaware what they were drinking?
Could have been poison. There was a story I heard of sea hags torturing sailors that betrayed their crew. Can't be too careful though. As I'll go back to perceiving, but then also I would like to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Nice. What was that perception check?
I didn't even roll.
And while you're rolling that, Jacquette, are you going deeper into the belly?
Yeah, knowing that it's unsafe, he's gonna travel at a slow pace, if you will.
Absolutely.
Looking around, checking anything. Especially like these pillars of organic like seaweed that that they identify the people are in. He'll look around there as well. Looking.
Great. Give me an investigation check as you're moving about slowly throughout. And as you're moving through, you take very gentle steps, and then you see a crab scuttles out, or a fish swims out of an opening, and you pull back, you take a step, something creaks, you move to the side, and each time you're kind of zigzagging to these different piles or pillars. What was your investigation check?
Dirty
It was-
20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So you would see, one, you could very easily investigate these things, pull away the detritus, and see that they all are in that exact same position that they were marked upon, seeming to have been holding up their cups. You can see, you could start with a 20. You could start to discern even the roles of these people. You can see one person is clearly a little more dressed and might be more of an officer or a navigator, versus one who looks a little bit more like just a simple sailor. And you kind of creak along following them through until you get to a broken door on its hinges that leads into what you presume to be a captain's quarters. And when you proceed there, or at least look in, it's dark, but there's still light peering through in the cracks of the wood above. But you can see a table is set up that is still sort of attached to the floor. It hasn't broken off, and the table has no food or anything like that. Anything that was food has been long eaten by urchins or crabs or fish. But there is, in the corner of the room, what looks like a cask of ale. And on the opposite side of the table from the entrance, there is a chair clearly befitting a captain, with a petrified body covered in mollusks and algae sitting in it, with a hand held aloft with a big mug in it.
All right. Okay. The mug. Does it look nice?
It looks like it was very nice at one point. It's stone now.
Oh, I see. So anything on his body would be stone as well.
Yes.
All right. Jacquet files this away, and he's gonna look for, obviously, the treasure chest. Where's the treasure chest? This captain had his booty somewhere. Where is his booty? Not the one that's in the chair, mind you.
His stony butt.
Stony Heath. Is actually.
Mike, what was that perception check?
6.
Okay. The waters are rocking, and you're kind of looking around, and it's starting to disorient you, and you're feeling that uneasiness in your stomach again, as you're just sort of like realizing in that moment that you are standing on a reef in the middle of semi-open ocean. Like you could just sort of like barely see in the distance maybe what makes up a shore, like that super far through the mist of just air. As you look around and see also that the ship is about 150 feet away. You don't think you could swim to that. You're feeling suddenly very isolated and very sick.
Shit.
The floor is a little wet. You realize that at high tide, it probably gets up to this point.
Jacquet, you can give me that another investigation check if you'd like to search around this room.
Can't keep
Underwater.
that dirty 20.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No.
I mean,
roll
I
again.
didn't get anything out of it.
What?
What is this, Christmas?
All right.
Sean, I
Well,
am.
you did get something. You just don't know you got something yet.
Oh.
The cask. That's not a treasure chest.
I know.
I don't want a cask.
I know.
want a treasure chest.
I know.
Fionn is just logging his hull. He's just taking trips, lugging hull onto the rowboat. So
Okay.
he's just swimming down, grabbing everything that like he put everything in a pile, and he's just swimming back and forth, carrying as much as he can. And while he does so, he stops, getting enamored by the awe of things, and starts thinking about how the ship could have fell into this situation. Like, obviously, it probably crashed, but he wants to like just take a look around the hull and see if there's any evidence of like a fight, like cannon fire or anything like I don't know, books or any clues as to like what could have done this.
Yeah, give me a investigation check. Sass, you can also give me a investigation check, or probably Sass, since you're kind of chasing after stuff that's dropping down, you could also do an athletics check if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's a little bit better.
I got a 10.
I had a
disadvantage.
dirty 20.
I got a 5.
Yeah.
Do I
okay.
are all my rolls underwater advantage because this is my territory?
No. I just had your first one be with advantage for scrapping.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Sass, sorry, what was the roll again?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So you feel yourself entering into this lower water, and you're good thing you did an athletics check and you rolled well, because you suddenly feel a current start to pull you. And you fight back that current with that dirty 20, and you're able to make your way and catch up to some of the detritus, the barrels, the casks that you've dropped down below. So now you've made your way up to them. Roll me another D100.
52.
Sorry, it's just on this random generator. It's just funny because you some of it's not great. you like prioritize a particular sack that you think like looks like it might have a lot of stuff in it, and it's like as you grab onto it, you do still manage to pull up significant amounts of other supplies.
Mm-hmm.
You find the equivalent sort of like relics and artifacts that might be worth something to an academic. Maybe somewhere around the territory of 65 silver. But also are artifacts of something. Like they can be investigated on your own as well. Little statuettes and idols mingled with some other things. Also, as you start to swim away, you kind of start to feel that sack, and you realize that there's just a shovel in there. That's it, just a shovel.
A shovel.
A rusted over coral covered shovel.
I'm taking it.
Okay. You can now dig up things that you find with your passive perception.
Or have a dog with you.
That too.
Where's Bruce? Other
No,
Bruce.
On the run.
Other Bruce. Okay. Jacquette, what was that other investigation roll?
I had to burn my inspiration, and I only got a 12.
12. Okay. So I would say you don't necessarily find the big hall you're looking for, but it's still the captain's quarters, and you still find some fine things in there. You find where clearly is like his bed chamber area, or his sort of nook bed in the wall. You can find there is sort of lodged in some of the detritus is a box that you open up, hoping has something nice in it, and it does. It looks to be this captain's jewelry box. You see several fine rings within that would definitely certainly get a nice, pretty penny on any market. Equating out to roughly 80 silvers worth of jewelry.
All right. Are there any books, texts, any kind of journals?
Yeah, you would definitely see many of them have probably been severely damaged due to the water that kind of comes flowing in and out of this space during the tides. But there are some books hanging off of the shelves or on the ground, some of them floating in the water as well. Some of them kind of stuck under some of the heavier items. So yes, there are books all around.
All right. Just quick, perusing anything that lets me know like what nationality this ship would have, like where it would have originated from, or like who was doing business with, anything like that, or like if there's a captain's log or anything.
Yeah, I would say while you're investigating this area where the bed is, you kind of look and find a nook within that space where some of the books have probably been more preserved because they're just sort of tightly held in this space. They were the captain's sort of personal books versus the, just entertaining books or business books. And you would find a captain's journal in there that you can open up.
I would like to open the journal.
Okay, so some of the pages are stuck together and there is some water damage to them, but there is legible text that you might be able to discern some information from.
Cool, and it's in common.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. You would find a lot of this to be in Elvish. Whether that means the captain was Elvish or not, you're not sure. You could crack some of those barnacles off and see if he's got pointy ears. I'd say actually, like as you're like reading the book and wandering, I imagine through the room, still careful for any like rotten wood, you would peer over and see the captain does have like the barnacles have even like grown to exaggerate the pointed ears. As you begin to read, and it seems as though this was an early trading vessel coming to Aldhalor from Gwenvalier. Seems to be a mixed crew, but the captain himself was a Gwyn elf.
So you mean like a modern Gwen ship?
Yes, this ship does
Within
not
the-
seem to be as ancient as it would appear.
Okay. All right. Barring any other things that I might be able to find, Jacquette will go over to that cask and give it a look-see.
Yeah. How long would you keep reading past Elite finding out the nationality and semi years of the ship?
I mean, honestly, unless anyone comes in to stop him, he would probably read through the whole thing. Or if it was just really boring.
I'd say if you just keep reading, it's fairly boring, as it is like very much so this captain pontificating about the new long journey across the sea and
of
like
course.
and all that fun stuff, bemoaning not having an easier path. This ship clearly was one of the first to attempt to sail over before there was even contact from Gwenvalier and Halcyon. They were just seeing going onto the open ocean and being like, we've heard about the shattered continent. Let's see if we can find it. And they did. Unfortunately, not how they would have liked to have, probably. But it would towards the end, and some of this gets a little too water damage for you to fully read, but there does seem to be some mentions of the captain dabbling in oceanic magics and channeling oceanic entities. There's mentions of him trying to channel magic from ancient sea gods, particularly Ymir, known in the old Elvish pantheon. And towards the end, there does seem to be some feverish writing that is the hardest to read because the water has damaged it and it was already written poorly. It does seem like this captain, they were getting into some trouble towards the end of their voyage.
Okay. Cool. There's no like final page that says like drums in the deep or anything like that. No.
I'll say the final page that you can read is not necessarily the final page that was written, but it does mention a solution and a entity that they just call her or she.
Okay. How about that cask?
Yeah, the cask is one of the more clean things in the room. As you would see, as you get up to it, it does have some writing on it that is in Elvish on the front of the cask. That you would read to say, Barnacle ale, that which a captain must have in hand before setting sail.
All right. I think Jacquette will take the cask, and if there's nothing else of value, we'll start to head out.
Okay. No problem.
And he will take the journal with them, so he'll have the journal, the cask, the rings.
When you go to take the cask, it is significantly heavy. It is full. So you might require the aid of someone else to fully drag it out of the space.
Jacquette puts it on its side and slowly rolls it.
Fair enough.
Ask for help? Come on, who do you think I am?
The ship does creak and moan as you roll this heavy barrel across the fragile wood. Back outside are nervous boys. What are you doing during this?
Being nervous.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Bruce would just be messaging around. Hey, how you guys making out?
Great. This is amazing. There's so much down here.
You peek
All right,
down, Bruce. Actually, no, you can't see this, but Septimus, you would peek down to the rowboat, and it is got too much stuff on it.
Oh no.
Yeah, Fearn's just grunting like he's like, ugh, because he's just been lugging this stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
We might need to make a couple trips. We all could be able to fit back on that boat. Look, it's half sunken back into the water.
Yeah, Fear, go put some of it on the ship. I'm gonna source through it all after. Just go dump it on the deck. I'm gonna sit in it. I have a process. I have a system. Just go put it there, and I'll deal with it after.
What
Right,
do you
I've
think
got-
I've been doing? You want me to row the boat away to the ship? All the way
I need
back
more space.
there?
I've got more shit. Yes, I need more space.
I mean, guys, I've got a bag of holding. We could just throw shit in here.
Oh, right, of course. So I keep forgetting that you have that.
All right, well, I gotta keep swimming, so why don't you hop on the dinghy and get to loading up?
Where is it again?
What's wrong, Sean?
Nothing. No, I'm just realizing that there may have been something else I should have told Stefan.
Jacquet takes one last look around the room before he leaves.
Like,
Yes, because I had just checked the DC for something, and your initial 20 would have revealed something else. But I'll say it also is somewhat revealed by you rolling the barrel. As you roll the barrel, Jacquet, there's the angle you're rolling it on. It sort of hits a part of the deck there, and you can feel there's underneath a rotted carpet is a hatch.
Oh. All right. Put the barrel up next to it and go to open the hatch.
So when you do open the hatch or take the carpet off of it, it really, like when you move the carpet, it just sort of slews away, as it is just rotted. The hatch, you can clearly, because you could feel where it kind of like indented and was affected by the barrel, you can see the hatch is a perfect square, but it has no handle on it.
Crowbar?
Yeah, you can go ahead and try to get the crowbar shoved in there. So that would be an athletics check.
Okay. Natural 1 for a 4.
I'd say it's truthfully, it's less so that you don't get the crowbar in and you fail at breaking it off. It's more like even when your crowbar seems to get some bite into it, it loses that traction immediately. It almost like slips off of the seam.
Fuck this. As he tosses the crowbar aside and is like, but doesn't actually, and puts it back in his pack. And he's gonna cast Knock to open the hatch.
Oh, that's right. You have a spell that unlocks everything.
It doesn't even unlock, it opens anything.
Okay.
If it's held shut by a mundane lock or that is stuck or barred, becomes unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred. I will say if the object has multiple locks, only one of them is unlocked.
Okay.
no, it's Musicbed.
And when this goes off, everyone within 300 feet would hear a loud knock.
You know what? Reading this, yeah, it unlocks.
Oh, cool.
It opens up, and
The globe that was sitting in the corner of the room opens up, and a button presses down, and it activates whatever you just did.
no, but a chest comes out of the ground, and then no, it opens up, but you do immediately notice a shimmer that this was magically locked.
Oh.
So the lock on this is suppressed for 10 minutes. Based on the spell, it will be unlocked for 10 minutes.
So sorry. So did the hatch open?
Yes, the hatch opened, but you saw like sort of some magic get suppressed.
Okay.
Sort of like a
gotcha.
shimmer of magic over it when you cast the knock
Okay.
spell.
Okay.
So you would all hear that loud audible knocking.
Oh, even if I was underwater?
That's a good
300
question.
feet.
300 feet. So yeah, it might be sound a little muffled through the water, but you hear it for sure.
Jacquet, what was that?
I found a hatch in here, magically locked. But nothing keeps out Jacquet Touchard for too long.
All right.
Come in if you want to take a look.
All right, I'll be right there.
Anything to carry?
Are you here? I was messaging, or
Yeah, that
I
was
assume
nice.
Bruce was messaging.
Never mind.
Yeah, I would say though at this point, Fearn, you have used up your time underwater and need to get up for air and to take a breather.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess I would go with them.
Sass, what are you doing?
The hull has not been explored yet, right?
No, the hull is very small. Like you, basically what was in that net was what was in the hull.
Are you sure there's nothing else in there?
I'm
else?
very certain. I'm very certain.
Right.
Based on the rolls currently.
Yep. Is there
Unless
any
you guys
like,
spent the next 7 hours here. Just kept picking every single thing you could find.
That's what I did all day.
Dirt looks oddly like
Um,
my friend Paul.
Is there any other part of the ship that's underwater? Like another deck.
So I wouldn't say there's another deck, but there is the opposite side of the reef where some of the ship may have collapsed out of the back,
Okay. I'll
or
go
some of
over
the
there
stuff
then.
that's collapsed all around it.
I'll do like a perimeter sweep and
Okay.
look around and see if anything like fell off all around it.
All right, great. Give me a investigation check.
Natural 20, baby, for a 22. Hell yeah. Sass is having a great day.
Okay, so Sass is doing a perimeter check with a nat 20 investigation. The four of you are coming back together to see what Jacquet has found at this hatch.
No, I'm staying outside and still perceiving.
Perfect. So give me another perception check.
Perceive with your special eyes.
My brand. Dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
Dirty 20. Oh god, goodness, you guys are looking around. Looking around pretty good. Okay, so I'll get to what you two see in a moment. Bruce, Fearn, and Jacquet, you were looking down this hatch, and it looks as though it's, oddly enough, there is a ladder that climbs down, but it immediately climbs down into the actual rock of the reef. But there's no water all the way up to the top. It seems to be somewhat sealed, although you can hear the dripping of water inside, as if there's a very small, almost like waterfall in there. So it's not fully submerged. There is water at the base of it, but but there is an air pocket in there, so to speak.
How far down is it?
It's only 10 feet down.
All right, Jacquet just jumps down.
Splash into not that much water, like it's only a couple inches, but you can see the rock kind of comes up and down throughout, and the water kind of is all over the place. You can see the space is well, we'll just about a minute.
Oh,
Whoa.
Whoa.
earthquake.
Tsunami.
Barbie.
Oh.
Wow.
Ew.
Oh
Wow.
man, they puked in those green areas?
Yep. You know how I be. Yeah, I be puking.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you do.
so Jacquette, you look around and you can see in the right corner. I'll point to it. Actually,
My right or your right? Or Jacquette's right?
Jacquette's right. So right here in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Put it down like this so you can see it. There is
that a condom?
No, it's a wall of ice, but
Okay.
that's what the mini is. What you're actually
So-
looking at is
it's a wall
it
of
does look
condom?
like a condom.
The wall of condom.
All right, that's a better.
You see there is like a small waterfall pouring down
Okay.
into what is clearly like that spot, that little 10 by 10 spot is a pool that goes into the actual
We get the
the
idea.
condom attacks roll initiative. There's a pool there that goes down deeper into the actual water, and then it kind of like dissipates out in a radius where in some corners there's basically an inch of water, but if you get closer to that 10 by 10, it goes into probably a tunnel. You would notice on the far side, I don't have another little thing.
I love that comic. Thanks for laughing.
Oh, you got it, buddy.
Ooh.
Shut up. You're just jealous that you're not doing this.
Damn, you got me.
I know.
Fear jumps in.
You really got me.
Before you jump in, Jacquette points to the cask and goes, "Oh, if you wanted to take that out."
So I'm just using those little markers as representations, but there are two what clearly look like vases. One of them is smaller than the other one, and you could probably look at them, and one could probably hold, maybe 3 gallons of water, and the other one maybe can hold 5 gallons of water.
Okay.
As you, I imagine, are just sort of right in the right where you would have jumped down. We'll say that the hatch is above this part right here.
Okay.
Bruce, what are you doing?
Bruce would probably be trying to crawl his way down, but perceiving the whole time, and then he would probably wait. Yeah, he would probably wait by the ladder that he went down, and he'd just kind of be perceiving the room and then pointing things out to Jacquette because he doesn't want to go do the things. He just wants to spot. Hey, there's a piece of shit in the corner. Try not to fall on that.
Literal pile of fish shit. No. As soon as you're down there and you're really looking around now, the other thing that you would notice once you've kind of stepped into the water is that in the water itself, there are many, 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 many bones. Many, many humanoid bones.
Oh, body debris. Great. What's can I what's down is there anything down the hole that the little waterfall is pouring into?
Yes, you can see that it is a straight tunnel that goes down 30 feet and then it disappears from your sight. It seems to go outward, and based on what you know of this space, it seems like maybe it goes back out to the open water. Like something could swim up this or swim out through this tunnel, possibly, just based on the direction you can see it going.
Or a toilet.
Or it's a toilet for whatever's eating the things that these bones come from.
Yeah. But other than that, nothing of like.
Oh no, there's
value
other
down
things
here.
you see. There's other things you see.
Mhm.
Totally. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just waiting for you to react first to the bones in the tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, there's a tunnel down here that leads to the outside of the boat. But the diameter of it is like for a humanoid, right?
Yes. Yes.
okay.
Correct. It's for
Okay.
probably a creature like Fearn could still fit in it. You can see this whole room basically with your blind sight because it is not my intention, but exactly 30 feet across from this spot. So two things you notice immediately. In between the two vases is one part of the stony ground that does not look like natural rock, but looks like a crafted stone. And you can see that it is clearly connected to something, and it is clearly a pressure plate. Beyond the two vases, you can see with your blind sight that back area right behind the vases, over here, where there's a little bit of an opening on the battle map, you can see that is a door. It looks like rock to anyone looking at it, but to you, you can clearly see the mechanisms of a door, possibly connected to the pressure plate. Sorry.
All right. Jaquette, there's a pressure plate over there, and there's a door that looks like a rock over there. You see that rock?
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually a door.
Okay.
It's unclear to me whether or not that pressure plate opens the door or something else, but
Why don't you go over and step on it, see what happens? Hmm?
I'll walk over and see how it works first, and then
Yeah, so as you get closer
yeah.
to it, you can see more clearly now that with your tremor sense, you get like such a good image of what things look like without having to really do like a too deep of an investigation. You can see that the pressure plate has sort of a socket on the top of it that looks like it has the perfect grooves to fit the base of one of these vases.
Oh. Yeah, hey, Jacques, can you help me push or
How
pick up
close
one
do
of
you
these?
how close do you get to it?
I mentioned Bruce gets pretty close, but he's also, I think, smart enough not to
Like step on it.
step on it. He's not gonna step on it.
So
right
would you
away,
get
but-
within 5 feet of it?
Probably.
Yeah. So as soon as you step within 5 feet of it, you would hear sort of a slight ringing noise as the room. I know that they were lit up when you got in here, but the water lights up at that point. And you would see the hatch closes again, but because the knock spell is still in place, it seems like the knock spell prevents it from locking again, which is what it seems to have been meant to do up there. Now, this was not you stepping on the pressure plate, but it seems to be as you stepped close to the area with the vases and the pressure plate. As you hear that slam shut, but if Fearn or Jacques even went up to check it, it would open up because the knock spell is still in place.
Oops. I probably should have checked for magic.
Do I hear that slam from outside as well?
Yeah, yeah. I say you would definitely hear that slam. There would be this slight ringing noise that goes out, and then.
At that point, I'd go check, to see where they are. Like, guys, and head towards the hatch and kind of like, I would attempt to lift it up, which I can. Be like, what the hell did you guys find down there?
There's another door down here that leads somewhere else. There's just a vase, and I think I hit an alarm spell.
This is where the real fun begins.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Do you guys want to like hunt whatever's living in here?
What are you talking about?
Wait.
There's these bones. I pick up one of like the human-like bones that you were mentioning.
Yeah, you can see all the bones have significantly noticeable gnaw marks all across them.
Something was here and it was eating people.
There's
Or
bones
creatures.
down there now?
Yeah,
There's
I
bones
throw one
everywhere.
up at him.
Sean, can I
Yeah.
do a survival check to inspect these bones to see if I recognize the teeth marks?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I mean, if we could get all the traps and explore this area, maybe we could lie in wait and, attack the creature once it's unawares.
21.
21. Excellent.
Thanks.
They look like they've been gnawed on by something with many rows of teeth. You even actually, as you're with that high of a roll, can find some shark-like teeth amongst the bones that have fallen out when the creatures were gnawing on them.
Holding up one of the bones and kind of like gesticulating with it, Jacquet goes, I think what we fought out on the open waters makes their lair here as well. We should be careful, he says as he tosses it back into the pile of bones.
When you do that, I'm going to cut back outside to Sass, who's investigating all around to the back of this. Sass, you would find an area. So with a 22, there's a few things you find. One, you find an opening on the reef. A little cave, big enough for a human or a even Fearn to crawl through. Around that cave, mingled with the coral and whatnot, you would find a bunch of bones mingled all around them. And with a 22, you would see something humanoid shaped that just seems to be hugging the coral reef, flattened against it, almost camouflaged. But you just barely notice the shape of one of those shark people. Sahagwin, thank you. Sahagwin. But it's bigger than the ones that you fought on the ship. Those ones may have been easily magically influenced, not juveniles, but younger, less experienced. And these look like bigger, more grown, mature hunters. You see at least one. You see one.
Okay. Does it look like they've seen me?
No. It looks as though it's like flattened against this, and its head is turned to the side against the rock. Its eyes are closed.
Okay, great. I'm going to, as much as I really want to go in that cave, my instinct tells me that is where their lair is. So I'm going to slowly swim away, and I'm gonna go find my friends and tell them what I have seen, and that we should probably get going.
Okay, so it'll take you a little while to swim up and over and catch up with them. So they'll have a little bit of time in the room to before you come to tell them about the creature. Okay, so back in the room, Septimus, you're up at the top with the hatch. The three of you are down below. Bruce, you are around there. What do you guys want to do?
Let's see what's behind this door, shall we?
I couldn't agree more.
Jacquet says as he takes out his crossbow and kind of just aims it at the door and he goes,
You open it. Just in case anything's behind.
All right, give me 1 second. Bruce is just going to concentrate for 1 second to see what's beyond the door.
Give me a perception check.
Munchy munchy.
Munchy munch.
Thank you.
7. Looks good.
I mean, you can clearly at the very least with the 7 can tell that there is space on the other side. It's not like a collapsed cave or anything. It does seem to like almost this tunnel comes to the door and then it kind of bubbles back out into another rounded chamber. There's some shape in there that you can't quite discern what it is. Could be a creature, could be a pile of bodies, could be a pile of treasure.
Well, whatever they're tucked around here must be valuable, right?
My thoughts exactly, he says, just
Bruce
aiming down the crossbow.
Bruce is gonna take one of the vases and then fit it in the slot.
Okay. So which one do you take? There's one that's smaller and one that's larger.
Probably the larger one. Do they look valuable?
They look very ornate.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably say we'll just take the smaller one and I'll put the bigger. I'll try to put the bigger one. Bruce will just take the little vase and just throw it in his bag of holding, and then
Okay, great. I love how this is just like as the DM right now. I'm just like, oh, this is the most Baldur's Gate investigation that could be happening right now.
Yeah.
It's like, just throw it in the bag. Throw it in the bag. Send it back to camp.
Explosive barrel.
So you take the small barrel, or not barrel, the small vase, and you put the larger one on. You see nothing happens.
Ah, damn it. So I take the smaller one out. I put it out of the bag and put it on the pressure plate.
Yeah, so again, nothing happens.
All right.
Bruce, you probably have to fill it with water first. Come on. What is this, your first rodeo?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just imagining Jacquette being on like several small adventures with people that he was like hanging on with and just being like criticizing them in any puzzle room.
Bruce, waddles over with the vase and tries to fill it up with water. Now it's too heavy. Can you give me a hand with this?
Yeah, I gotcha. I pick it up.
So, which vase do you fill up?
The big one.
Yeah.
The big one? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Fearin absolutely has to help you because, like, you have to get close to the hole in the water. And, I mean, really, you could just hold it over the waterfall, but it gets you pretty close to the hole in the water if you were just sort of Bruce trying to hold up this big 5-gallon vase.
I'm just wondering if there's, like, a third vase and it becomes the puzzle from, you know what I'm talking about.
I think I do know what you're talking about. Anyway, you drag the vase over and put it on the rock or on the switch, and it's full, the vase, and it sinks down. And for a second, you hear the door unlock, but then it locks again immediately as the vase seems to go down too far. And suddenly you hear another ringing, but that ringing is louder, and it just sort of. And Sass, you would hear this ringing as you're climbing up out of the water to go catch up with them.
They need to be quiet.
I think you need less water in there.
All right, Sean. I pour all the water, I fill up the second jug,
Mm-hmm.
and then I pour the leftover water out of the big jug, and then I pour the water back in the big jug, and then I put that on the thing.
Okay. As you do so, it sinks down, but not quite far enough.
Damn it!
I fill it one more time. Fill the little one up, and then pour that in.
You now just have a full vase.
Damn it! Is it 2-1? Is there any instructions around here?
Sass, you get to the top of the hatch at that moment. As you hear Bruce say, any instruction manuals around here? And see Septimus there.
Hey. What the fuck are you doing? You're making too much noise. There's more of those shark people around. I just saw them. They're sleeping, so stop making fucking noise.
Don't worry. We're more than prepared for them, Jacquette says, waving his crossbow around.
Fearn is trying to take the brute force attempt and is like, okay, do
Wait,
the
wait,
do
I
the
got
heavy
this, I
vase
got
again.
this.
And as soon as it opens for 1 second, I'll jam my crowbar in there.
Wait. Jacquet goes over with his decanter of endless water, and he is going to use stream to produce 1 gallon of water, and he's going to do it 4 times.
Okay.
Get 4 gallons of water
Mm-hmm.
to then place it on the thing.
Place it on the thing. It locks in place, and you see the door in the back. The rocks start to almost come down and crumble, as there would also be anyone with I'd say a passive perception or 12 or higher would notice bubbles coming up from the tunnel on the other side of the room, as if something's
Where the waterfall was?
Yeah, as if something is displacing the water there.
Sorry, what do you mean by?
I shouldn't say
In
bubbles. I mean
Lockett?
it's sort of
Like in Lockett, so now the area's filling up with water.
No. It looks as if
okay.
it looks as if something is crawling through that water and displacing it.
Before anything happens, Jacques has to get 1 quip off as he just goes, I literally don't know why if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. As he looks over and he's gonna aim his crossbow.
Bonus action, summon weapon.
Okay. So 2 of you are basically, I imagine, holding an action for whatever comes out of this. Sass and Septimus up above, you sort of hear some commotion down there. What are you 2 doing?
Did I not just fucking say that there's creatures laying around?
They
Did they not hear me? What the fuck are they doing?
want to fight. They want to fight it.
We just fought. We just fucking got away, and now we're going to do it again.
Bruce, what are you doing?
I jumped down.
You narrowly avoid Bruce. Actually, no, Bruce is not. Never mind. Bruce is not at that part. He's closer in.
Like, is there anything like a I don't know. Are there any planks or like just I don't know, planks, just like broken planks hanging around?
There's plenty of broken planks above. There's plenty of bones in here.
Hey, Septimus, throw me down a plank or 2.
Septimus will fall.
There are
soon.
plenty of
Kind
planks
rips
around.
You will do that.
I will take a couple of planks and I'll just like throw it on top of the hole and then mend it.
Okay.
So water could still seep through, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like a little bit of grate.
Okay. I mean, this is a cavern floor, so it's not going to mend the wood to the cavern floor. If anything, it would maybe combine the planks into a slightly bigger plank.
Well, maybe I'll do that.
You're not going to stifle my creativity.
How dare you?
I'm gonna say roll initiative, and those of you with the held actions can have those ready to go.
Nice.
Nice.
Damn.
Do I roll it with disadvantage on initiative checks?
Yes.
I'm assuming no. Yes?
It's an ability check.
Jinx.
But
Damn fool.
but I rolled in that 20.
Too damn bad.
Well, 2 nat 20s. Get
Wow.
wrecked.
No way.
I don't know what the
My
fuck's going on.
God.
I gotta.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, what's your dex? We rolled the same
Well,
I was trying to put planks on. What do you want from me?
the dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
What did you
Oh
get?
my
A
god.
0.
You got a 0?
Natural 1 minus 1. That's so perfect.
This is like the 4th time you've done this.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Fear, and what's your dex? I rolled the same thing.
2.
What a god.
I go first.
Oh,
I have a
you
plus
do?
3. Yeet.
Yeah, but mine
20 to
was
25.
Too bad. 22.
Also 22.
My dex is higher.
So that's not how we've been doing it. It's you guys decide who goes first strategically. if
I
you
got
want
2
to.
natural 20s.
You can have it.
Yeah.
Okay. 15 to 19. 10 to 14.
10.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yes, Sean.
Hit 5 to 9. Oh, that's right. I
Uh,
forgot Bruce got the 0.
I got a 6.
Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the held actions first, and then we're actually gonna cut to a quick break since it's 8:30, and then come right back into the action. Or do you guys just want to take a break now and we'll come into on the action so we keep that
That makes
momentum?
sense.
That makes more
Take a
sense.
break.
That makes
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So as you are all standing there, Jacquette, you've got your crossbow aimed at this hole as the water is bubbling up. Bruce's boogie board is flopping around. And Septimus, you're peeking down and seeing them all kind of staring down. Sass, you jump down and look up and see them all ready for combat. Fearn, you're standing there with your weapon out. We are going to take a break before these creatures hop up and you fight them. All right. We'll see you all very shortly for combat. Welcome back, friends, to Adrift and Aldhalor. Our heroes here are in a secret chamber beneath the shipwreck with some of these shark creatures heading their way through a tunnel. Two of them have prepared their attacks for when it shows up. So we're going to jump right into that, where we are going to have the held actions and then jump into the regular initiative. All right, so the water is bubbling and moving. Not really bubbling, that's the wrong word. It's just displacing itself as this thing is coming up. And Bruce, I imagine you took a few steps back after the board didn't really attach itself properly.
Yeah, exactly.
As you would see, this thing doesn't like drag itself out, it bursts forth out of the water. As you would see, it looks a lot like the ones you were fighting on the ship, just a lot more built, much more the size of Fearn, maybe even a little bit bigger.
But he
Jumps
mended the
out.
thing.
And you see some planks of wood go flying into the air, splintering on the ceiling.
Shit.
As Fearn and Jacques can go for an attack.
Yeah.
$23.
23 definitely hits.
10.
10 does not hit.
Is he within? Is he engaged with? Well, he has to be a fear.
He's engaged with Fearn, yeah.
All right, so that's gonna be 20 piercing damage right off the bat.
Ooh, nice. Nice. All right. Fearn, you get your second attack because it was a held action.
Nice. 23 to hit.
That one will hit.
For 8 slashing damage.
Nice. All right, as this thing comes jumping out and roaring in your face, as you can see, it's got the same scales and fins and many layered teeth on the humanoid face, except it's just much larger. As you come in, a bolt goes right into its shoulder, just as Fearn misses the first attack as it rears back, but then brings his sword back up for a hit into the chest, as the creature roars, staring and looking around. To the top of initiative, Fearn, you're up again.
I keep swinging.
Go for it.
16 to hit.
That will just hit.
Okay.
Banana.
for 12 slashing damage.
Nice.
Second attack. 17 to hit. We already know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
For another 12 slashing damage.
Nice. Love it. Anything else, Fearon? As you come in with 2 more swipes on this thing. As you
Nope,
can see,
that's
that pool now is looking bloodied. There's just blood pooling from this thing into the pool. Sass, you are up.
Okay. I would like to, with my action, summon my my sword.
Mm-hmm.
And with my bonus action, I'd like to summon my tentacle and put it right between Bruce and the creature.
Thank you.
Got you. I got you, boo. And then I'm gonna attack it.
Go for it.
No.
Do you get to add anything to it because I'm within range? Or...
No, I rolled an 11. It was almost an 18.
Okay. So the tentacle, as the creature grabs the tentacle actually and roars at it and tries to take a bite out of it, but then its hand goes through it and its mouth goes through it. And it looks confused why there's no blood in its mouth now, and it's cold.
Then
Anything
I
else? Well, I think
Yeah.
that's, you can move. Yeah.
I can move. Yeah. I want to move to get next to, I think that's Fearon. Yeah.
Yep.
Left or right?
Kind of put left, putting myself in between, like, not, I mean, I already put the tentacle there, but I want to protect Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty. Okay, it is the shark people's turn.
Peoples?
The person, the shark person.
There is more than one. I knew it.
Okay, you watch as the creature is staring at you, and it can see there's a lot of people around it right now. You see it puffs its chest out, and you can see these different parts of its body start to light up with bioluminescence, as you can kind of see a little bit on the battle map with this orange luring light, as suddenly it just sort of waves out through the room. I need everyone within 30 feet, which is everybody, to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Are saving throws at disadvantage?
Oh,
No.
no. Do I have advantage? Is this a charmed effect?
Ouch.
It is a charmed effect.
Oh, fuck. Thank God.
It's rough.
Ah!
That's rough, buddy.
It's better than a 1.
All right, Sass, what'd you get?
10.
Okay, Bruce, what'd you get?
13.
Okay, Bruce, you saved.
I
Saskia
was
didn't
gonna
save.
use my reaction for Saskia.
Sure.
I would just use it's called Flash of Genius.
Oh.
So I'll
that's
just
a good
be,
one.
I'll just
What does that mean?
I'll just say
You're smart now.
yeah. Cover your ears. Pretty much. Or slap your face. I don't know. Slap your face.
Just shout to Sass,
seems
to the
right.
left.
Yeah. Take it back now, y'all.
What does that give her? An extra?
To
Excellent.
re-roll
+5.
or +5? So
Plus
15.
5 to her roll.
Okay, well then you save, Sass.
Fuck, yes. Thank you, Bruce.
Septimus, what'd you get?
5.
No,
Septimus,
buddy.
you do not save. Fearon, what'd you get?
Does a 1 save?
It does not. Jacquette, what did
buddy.
you get?
Nat 20 for 22.
All right, Jacquette, you save. So, Fearn and Septimus, you two are charmed by this Sauhagin, and you can remake the save at the end of your next turn, but you are incapacitated as you just are staring at its light right
Oh,
now.
no.
Ooh.
Oh, pretty.
Okay.
Top-notch RP.
The creature, that was its action. And let me see. Does it have any bonus actions? It does not. All right. So, with that in mind, let's see. Nope, we're not submerged in water, so it doesn't have that effect. All right, so you see beneath its feet there is more water being displaced as a second one is going to squeeze its way out through its ally.
Am I charmed by that one? Can I attack it if it leaves my 5-foot range? Oh God! All right.
So it's that you're incapacitated. You're not unable to attack that one. This one you can see is carrying this very gnarly sword in its hands.
Gnarly.
Gnarly sword in its hands.
Wicked dude.
All right, calm down.
It's a curved scimitar embossed with different images of sharks and razor-sharp shark teeth all over it. It looks really rough to hold. Like, it looks like you'd cut yourself on it very frequently with the amount of shark teeth that are just embedded into the hilt. But as it gets up there, it seems to light this sword up. As you can see, the shark teeth all turn a bluish-green light. And suddenly you see behind you all, well, really in front of Jacquette and right behind Bruce, is just... as it casts Conjure Animal as a shark appears right behind Bruce.
Oh no. Oh no.
Land shark.
As it does seem to be somewhat spectral and floating in the air, very similar to your tentacle.
Oh.
And I'll roll initiative for it. But that is the creature's turn. As it now will go to Jacquette and then Septimus, and then Bruce.
Cool. The main Sahagwin.
Mhm.
Does it look how damaged?
It looks pretty damaged. It's bloodied, I would say.
All right. Jacquette is gonna move. Actually, no one's engaged with me, right?
No, because the shark is
sorry?
10 feet away.
All right. I'm gonna just steady aim, attack, get that advantage, just to see if I can get a net 20. It's a 26 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
13 piercing.
Okay. It is still alive, but it is looking very, very injured.
All right, end turn.
Okay. So you strike this creature, and it's almost like the bolt hits one of these areas of bioluminescence, and as the blood leaks out, it is glowing as well, as it sort of brings down the light a little bit. Okay. Septimus, you're up.
I am fixated on the shiny lights.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You go ahead and give me another wisdom
I
saving
mean,
throw.
I passed that wisdom saving throw, and I'm going to do something now.
It happens at the end of your turn.
I know. I was.
Mhm.
You
sorry.
forgot, so I was trying to trick you.
Oh,
But I'll roll again.
yeah. Please.
Dirty 20.
You are out of it. You're out of that gaze, and you are immune to it now for 1 minute.
Ooh, good. Wait,
Alrighty.
from that one or from any of them?
Any of them, any of the
Okay,
the
good.
lures. All right, the shark is actually going to be up first before Bruce, and then Bruce is up. All right, so the shark appears behind you, Bruce, and he's going to go in for a bite attack.
Chomp chomp.
Oh.
Which I don't think is going to hit with an 8.
Ooh, that's close, but no.
Is it really close?
No, it's 12. But
I don't know what your AC is. Okay, so that shark goes in for that one attack.
not enough water for it to really.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's flailing around a bit. All right, Bruce, you are up now. As this shark goes for a snap right next to your head and it misses. It just sort of circles around you and then back to behind you.
Are these things holding any weapons?
One of them has a sword, has a scimitar.
Okay.
Anyone with a passive perception
gonna-
of 10 or higher would notice that there is still displacement of the water, as if there may be at least one more.
Okay. I'm gonna. So if I run, who's that black tile? Oh, that's
Which one?
Jaquette. Never mind, it's Jaquette.
Yeah.
I'm actually. So if I run away, I'm only gonna take one attack of opportunity. Correct.
Correct. You will only take the shark attack of opportunity.
All right. I'm going to bonus action scream.
Love it. Love it. What's the radius on that again?
10 foot.
Okay, so you'll get the shark and the one to the left, the Sauhagen to the left.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm
perfect.
going to run south behind Jaquette and take the attack of opportunity from the shark.
Okay, if you'd like, in that retreat to the south, you can wait to yip until you're on a square that would get all three of them.
I would love that. If
Okay.
you could. Yes. I you know what? We'll say that happens right as I get bit.
Yes, exactly.
For
But let's go
narrative
for that
sake.
attack on you. I don't think a 10 is going to hit.
No,
I'm
actually.
rolling low
nope.
for the little shark.
Woo. Yeah, so run away, miss even on the miss, still yell. And then run past Jaquette, and I'm going to cast heat metal on the guy that is holding the scimitar. So on the scimitar.
Ooh, nice.
So I believe that is
Yeah, he just takes the 2d8 fire damage, right?
Yeah, but I think that if he's holding the object, yeah, you can either
Con
you
save
must succeed
to
on a
drop
con
it.
save.
Yeah.
Yep. So DC 16 con.
Ooh, jeez. Nice.
Pretty good.
He got a nat 20.
All right. Well, I think he still takes the 2d8
He does.
damage.
He does still take the 2d8 damage.
And that will be 6 fire damage.
Okay. As the sword gets red hot and the steam from the waters goes up in the air into the creature's face, and it starts to feel the pain on its hand grasping this scimitar.
Bruce is also screaming.
As everyone will have advantage on their attacks against these guys until the start or end of your next turn.
Start of my turn, I think.
Okay.
Oh, it might be maybe
Might be end.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah, check
verify
that.
The heat metal also imposes disadvantage on attack rolls for that. It's a
Perfect.
hogwarts.
that.
No, he's fucked.
Until the start of my next turn.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Cool. Perfect. All right. Back to the top with Fearn. Give me a Wisdom saving throw.
Is it okay? Never mind. I'm just gonna roll. But if it was a concentration thing, I was just wondering if you rolled for concentration. But I'm just gonna roll.
It is
with this.
not a concentration thing.
I got a 2.
Oof.
All right. So Fearn is still in a daze.
Mm-hmm.
Sass, you are up.
All right. I would like to swing at this one, the damaged one
Yep.
in front of me, please.
Go for it.
That's going to be a natural 20
Hell yeah.
or 26. So that's going to be 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 3 is 12 points of piercing damage. And then with my bonus action, whack it with my tentacle.
Go for it.
That's a natural 1, so there's the balance.
Okay. So, what does the nat 20 look like with Sass with her packed blade?
So when I summoned it, it had this splash of seawater, and it just showed up in my hand, and it's covered in barnacles, and maybe has the hilt is wrapped in seaweed. And when I go to for the critical success on it, the kind of like echoes of the sword as I swing it down are like the same color as my tentacle. And there's still a splash of seawater that's putting salt in the wounds, as it were.
Absolutely. As this creature does sort of like let out this wail at this point, it is looking very close to death.
Damn it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right, so they are up now. The creature very close to death is going to go for a desperate attack against you, Sass, as it is feeling very threatened with its claws
That's
and
fine.
bite.
Okay.
All right, Sass does a 18 hit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Does a...
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was gonna do silvery barbs, but
You can if you want. I was just going to roll all the attacks and then go.
no,
but...
I'm gonna wait for a nat 20 this time.
Okay. Does a 15 hit, Sass?
Yep.
Okay. And then the last one I don't think is going to hit with a 14.
That's my AC.
Okay. So all 3 will hit.
All 3 will hit. I'm going to reduce one of those. I'm going to use my reaction to use my guardian coil.
Okay.
And reduce one of the damages by a d8.
Okay, go ahead and roll that d8. So Steph, before is there any of those that you wanted to use that on?
Yeah, I'll just say the last one will silvery
Okay.
barbs just to
So
see
let
if
me
we can not
read.
have-
Let's do this sequentially because I'm realizing that
Okay.
there's so the first attack hit you, Sass. You wanted to use your tentacle to protect you, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, and so
Rolled your
it's gonna
d8.
I did it, and it's -4. So whatever it is, -4.
Okay, so it deals 9 damage to you, -4 to 5 damage
5.
of slashing.
Okay.
Now the only reason why I'm taking this one step at a time is now that you are injured, it can blood
the
frenzy
fucking
and has
frenzy.
advantage on the other 2 attacks. So Jacquet might want to block if a nat 20 pops up here.
Okay.
So the second one is still the regular hit,
Okay.
and the last one is still the regular hit. Jacquet, do you still
Okay.
want to silvery barbs the last one?
Yeah, I'll still silvery barbs. At least try to stop.
Okay. I got a nat 1, so that last
Okay,
hit is not going to hit. So
Okay.
let me roll damage on the second one.
Okay.
Which was its...
And I'm gonna give. Who's up next?
You.
Okay, I'll give myself
Okay.
advantage.
And that second attack that did hit Sass is 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay. So the creature with the sword is going to drop the sword upon feeling the burning sensation of it. And the sword does plop down to the ground. And it is just going to sort of shake its head as the steam kind of dissipates. And it is going to look forward and see its sibling somewhat injured. And is going to go for a attack, but it's a little disoriented due to the searing heat of that metal. And it's going to go for an attack on Fearn.
Oh. Please
So-
hit me.
I know. So its
Get
first
me out of
attack,
this
its
fresh
first
hell.
attack is not going to hit with a 13.
Okay.
Second attack with a dirty 20, I think will hit.
Yep.
Okay, so this is going to knock you out of the charmed state, Fearn.
Yes.
Okay, Fearn, that is 8 points of slashing damage. And then
I'll
its
take it.
its last attack will have advantage because you have missing health now for a 21
I
to hit.
already had missing health, but yeah, that hits.
Oh, sorry. Then its first attack would have had advantage too, but it didn't do anything.
It already hit, yeah.
No, I did
Oh,
miss
the
the first
first one.
attack. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, it also would have had. Okay, no nat 20s. All right, so the last biting attack on you is going to deal 12 points of piercing damage. As it goes to strike you, and its claws don't quite penetrate your armor, but it kind of grabs onto you and pulls you forward, swipes you with the other hand. You kind of come out of your daze, seeing this claw rip up against your shoulder, and it comes in and bites down on your shoulder as well, as you are back into the fight fully with that.
Fearn is bloodied.
As you would see the third one coming up.
Oh, someone didn't get it.
I only printed 2. And I thought the first one would be dead by now. Okay. That one comes up and it does have a trident with it. And it is going to throw that trident at Bruce.
Oh,
The baby
Scream more,
boy.
Bruce. Scream.
Bruce does a
Wait.
15 hit.
Wait, why am I still there?
Oh, I'm sorry. You moved down. Where did you want to fully move to, Bruce?
I wanted to go behind Jacquet.
Okay. Sorry.
Well,
I
more
take
like
that-
in a... Yeah,
I take that back.
but it's
Then.
okay.
They don't throw
Okay.
the trident at you.
Oh, okay. Whew. Yeah,
Imagine
that looks
instead-
right.
Imagine instead they're going to throw that trident at Saskia.
That's fine.
Sorry.
So a 16 hits, right?
Yeah, I need some armor or something.
I have too many notes up. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that is going to be 5 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you... Nope, there's not an object behind you, so you're fine. They didn't pin you against anything.
Phew.
All right, so a trident does, though, hit you. And you can kind of
Is it sticking out of me? Does
it's
it
sticking
still,
out
like...
of you a little bit, yeah.
Great. Gross. Oh.
Just a little bit, though.
Just a little bit, just enough. Like, you could pull it out if you want, but you might bleed. Okay, so that is that creature's turn. It doesn't have enough weapons to do any other attacks. It can't move past that space. All right, so Jacquet, you are up. Septimus, you're on deck.
All right, Jacquet is going to move back. It kind of looks like there's like a little like, not ledge, but a little thing I can like hop on behind me.
Yep.
I'll just go up there for shenanigans' sake, and then I'm going to fire my crossbow at the injured guy.
Perfect.
But it's a 16 to hit.
That just hits.
For a total of 18 piercing damage.
nice.
Bam.
18, you said?
Yep, I said that.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, so I think Jacquet, like, seeing the third one come up, he goes, I thought this fight would be a lot easier than this. As he kind of, like, backs up and, like, hops up onto the little
rock.
platform rock to see over his allies and just fires off, trying to get right between the eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Sass, you get this, like, trident to the gut. And, like, it's not, like, fully sunk into you. It's just sort of, like, stuck in your leather armor. And you can feel that it pierced through and scratched you. And then kind of, like, you're, like, not pulling it out of you, but pulling it out of your armor as it falls to the ground. And you kind of look up as this creature roars into your face, extremely loud, holding its two big claws and its layers upon layers upon layers of teeth, as Jacquette's bolt goes right between its eyes. And it sloughs forward down to the ground with a groan.
Thank you.
And then
And I'm going to replace the non-cool mini with
of course.
Oh, Sean, did the one holding the scimitar take an extra 2d8?
No.
And then it has to make the con save. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it would have had disadvantage on all its attacks against Fjern.
No,
Yeah,
it
it
didn't.
would've.
No, it did not, because
No.
it dropped the sword. Does it take that damage
Oh.
at the start of its turn or at the end of its turn?
It takes it at the start.
So it did
And
still
it-
take the 2d8.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, it does it again at every turn.
As long as it's holding the weapon.
Yes.
Yes. So it takes it this time, but it did drop the weapon.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna roll another 2d8.
Yep.
Ooh, juicy. 14.
Ooh, nice. As this one is just like, it's just like covered in burns now. And you can smell sort of like that smell of fish burning. Fish scales burning as it looks up, furious. It has already dropped its weapon, which has dropped into the pool. Okay, so that happened. It still got its attacks off on Fjern. What was the con save for?
For dropping the weapon, which it dropped.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, okay, yeah, because it dropped it of its own accord. It literally went.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so that was Jacquette's turn. Anything
have
else
a-
on your turn?
Bonus action.
Excellent.
To help, I'm going to help Fjern attack the ally, so you'll have advantage, or attack the enemy, so you'll have advantage on your next attack roll. As Jacquette's just like, come on, take down the burned one. He's almost dead.
Okay.
Hit him with the 1-2. Buckle your shoe.
Excellent.
Forget to buckle your shoe.
Okay,
I
Septimus.
don't know
you,
these techniques. You must teach me later.
Oh, you know what? I need to roll concentration on that guy. Okay.
Oh yeah, the shark.
The shark is still there. He made his two con saves to maintain the shark. Okay, sorry about that. Septimus, you are up. You are back fully into the fight. The creature hypnotizing you is dead, and you made your save anyway. So you can see now that there's one dead and two still alive. One that has a bunch of burns on it from taking some damage.
Cool. Septimus. I feel it's just kind of awkwardly with his like head like peeking through like the hatch, like, what's going on, guys? He's going to cast command level 2
Nice.
to target both of them.
Excellent. And what is your command?
He's gonna command them to grovel.
Okay. What's the save? It's a con one, right?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom. Okay, perfect. All right. So the first one, which I'll say is the one with who had the sword, got a 15.
That beats.
Second one got a 14.
My chest beats.
Okay.
Well,
Damn. Worth a shot.
No, definitely worth a shot. But, yeah. So the two creatures feel kind of your surge of magic go into them, and for a second, Septimus, you like sort of like feel this divine sense in you that is not elemental, but is almost like there's a robotic voice in your head going, assume control, and then suddenly it doesn't quite get in as they're too tough as it just seeps away from them. Their veins for a moment had turned black, but then it vanishes away as they shake their heads.
Is everybody good? Everybody's good, right? Nobody took too much damage.
I could use some.
I could use some too.
Yeah, I forgot that Fionn didn't take a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's so bloodied.
Septimus will throw a healing
I assumed you
word.
all were at full health.
Septimus throw a healing word at who's worse?
Probably Fearn.
Fearn.
Okay. I don't know. Half of my health might be all of her health, so.
That's true.
I have 26 left.
Okay, I have 33.
Oh, then.
Sass to sass. Okay.
Yeah. Heal.
What is the healing word of Septimus?
Yes.
Machina.
Nice.
Love it.
Is it 5?
I was 5.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Sass, as you feel the healing sensation of the machina, I almost imagine it's like, because it's coming from this weird machina magic, divine magic, it's like it's more like you feel a warmth in your veins, almost as if someone just injected you with morphine.
Yeah.
But as that happens, a shark comes up behind you.
Okay.
Oh,
and goes for a bite
Oh
attack.
no. I need to get the fuck out. When will I learn?
For a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
dang, the shark learned how to roll.
Yeah, it finally rolled above a 10.
I think Clayton meant like it rolled around
Uh,
and then it bit him.
Again,
gonna-
the shark is a
I
spectral
can't.
shark floating in the air, not a shark just.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you say, you floppy fish.
It would be. Oh God. Okay. Anyway,
Why don't you answer me, Ocean?
I thought you answered the ocean. Oh my God, my brain is forgetting everything. Oh, okay. It's gonna be max damage, which is 15 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
for a fucking spectral shark?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
It doesn't. It has a hard time hitting, but it deals a lot of damage when it hits.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the shark's turn. Only has one attack. Bruce, you are up. Fear, and you're on deck.
Yep.
Remember, everyone, you have advantage. You guys all had advantage there.
Yeah.
Were you guys rolling advantage? Because of Bruce's Bruce's
rolls.
I did not have
yeah.
an attack.
I did not roll my tentacle with advantage. Actually, I didn't roll any of them with advantage. Should I roll my tentacle?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. I'll give you guys all the chance to roll it again.
Wow. So gracious.
It's new. We haven't used the yip that much.
12 doesn't hit, right?
Yep.
The
Yip,
12
yip.
does not hit.
It was great in the Machina fight.
Is that everyone who needed to reroll?
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Well, while they're figuring
Yeah.
that out, Bruce,
Okay.
what do you want
All
to
right.
do?
I think this is the time that
I like to hear that from Alex.
Bruce
Cries in the corner.
cries in the corner.
Bruce casts
no.
power word kill.
Yes.
He's got his power word kill trap in his back pocket.
He takes out a grenade and blows everybody up. No.
Collapses the whole tunnel.
No, I think what I'm going to do is Bruce is just gonna kind of close his eyes and have it just concentrate on the area and get a massive headache and cast magnified gravity
Mm.
on both of them behind everybody.
Yep, you're
Level 1.
Putting it so that it's the radius is behind them and that doesn't
Correct.
hit fear. Perfect.
Correct.
Awesome. What kind of roll is it?
It's a DC 16 con save. And if I can... Never mind. I'll answer that in a little bit. So...
All right, so the first one rolled a natural 18. The second one got a 13.
Okay. So the other one fails.
Okay.
They take 4 damage.
Okay.
I think the other one, the one that saved, take 2.
2. Okay.
And then the one that failed, if he tries to move, his speed is halved.
Speed is halved. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like is like floats up and hits the ceiling, right?
It's more like magnifying gravity, so it's like harder for him to move.
Okay.
So it's
I
like
see.
walking
Sorry,
on Jupiter
my brain
instead
was thinking of reverse
moon.
gravity, not magnify gravity.
Yeah. Yeah, level 1 reverse gravity.
I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah. So, Bruce, I imagine it's sort of like this little, maybe sonic boom or something goes on in between them, and then it's like one of them is just like completely resists it. The other one is being like dragged back as it's trying to bring its claws forward towards Sass.
Yeah, you also watch the waterfall, like you even
Oh, yeah.
go down at more immense force.
Yeah, the waterfall suddenly starts to pour more rapidly. The water itself also seems to like push down, somewhere out in the side of this reef. A little pufferfish is floating by the hole, and a big jet of water just shoots out and it pops out. All right. Anything else, Bruce?
It's Peter.
It's Peter. Yeah. Peter was a pufferfish in our home game that Alex's character saved from a underground casino.
Yeah.
Of course.
Anyway, anything else?
Right, yeah,
Bruce?
I'm done. Thank you.
Fearn, you're up. Sass, you're on deck.
All right, I'm swinging at the one that I have advantage for.
Well, you don't have advantage. You don't have advantage?
I give him the help action.
Sorry. That's against any of them then.
No, it was specifically the blue
It's
one.
for
I
the
think.
wounded one. It has to like. The
Do
way
you
the
have
help
to direct
action
it?
Works. He has to be within 5 feet of it for me to give him the help.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the clarification.
I got a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Go ahead and do your max dice and then roll your damage.
Okay, D&D Beyond is making it a 4d6 plus 5, so just take the first 2 numbers.
That's fine.
Makes sense.
So it's 5 plus the max would be 12. So 17 plus 5 is 22.
Nice. 22 damage. Hell yeah.
Is it dead?
No, it's not. This thing is only taking some of that fiery damage and then one hit.
God damn it!
But it is bloodied.
Okay, we're gonna do it again.
Go for it.
Do I still have advantage?
No, it's only on the one.
No, it's only the
attack,
one.
unfortunately.
Okay. 12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
God damn it!
Big rip. That's my
Alright.
turn.
Sass, you are up. Oh, go ahead.
Just want to do a bonus action for a
Rage.
yeah, no, I don't have one of those, but I do have a second win.
Second win.
Oh, nice.
All right, I'm gonna use my action to disengage and back the fuck up.
Okay.
I'm gonna back up in front of Bruce, and then for my bonus action, I'm gonna use my tentacle on the glowing one.
I heal for 11.
Nice. All right, go ahead and attack with the
There we
tentacle.
go. 26,
Absolutely hits.
and that is gonna be 11 points of cold damage.
11 points of cold. Nice. And that's against the one to the left
The one
or
that
right?
it's right in front. The one that it's right in front of. The one that's right next to. The glowing one. The orange one.
Okay, cool. Just that's right, because it's right there.
Yeah.
I also need to make a con save for the last
Thank
one.
you.
He makes his con save
God damn it!
because it was 22 damage. That was 11. Yeah, makes its con save. All right.
Where's the silvery barbs at?
He's gotta be conservative. All right. Anything else, Sass?
That's it.
Okay. All right. So Fear, and the one in front of you is gonna go for an attack on you.
Sure.
It's gonna miss with a 9.
Cool.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Unless I use shield, but I'm not going to because I want to be able to react if it tries to get past me.
Okay. Cool. So the third attack misses.
Cool. So second attack damage.
Yes, which will be 7 points of damage.
All right.
As that one's going to stay still, but the other one is going to try to run past you, so you will get an attack of opportunity on it.
Nice. Okay. So as a, I'm wondering, Sean, does War Magic allow me, when you use your action to cast a cantrip, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action? So that doesn't allow me to use cantrips. War caster.
The feat allows you to use cantrips as a opportunity attack, but that still wouldn't count as that feature because it would be an opportunity attack, not an action.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna swing at him.
Go for it.
A 25 to hit.
That hits.
For 13 damage.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
Sorry, I just had to clear.
Yeah.
Oh, that little shit.
As it's gonna go for the thing that killed its little brother, Jaquette. Release its first attack, which is gonna miss with a 10.
Ha ha ha.
Second attack is gonna miss with an 11.
Ha ha ha.
It's gonna give up on Jaquette and be like, I know this thing. It looks then. It's like, Sass, you're like up against the rock as it comes rushing forward. It puts its hand into the stone and swipes up at Jaquette twice. And it sees that.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
And this creature has enough intelligence to know Jaquette is mocking him.
Yeah.
And also enough intelligence to feel insecure and to look and go for something that it thinks it can hit harder because it's injured, and goes for its last attack on you.
All right.
So you basically see it go like rushing up at Jaquette, who imagines tiptoeing and laughing at him, and then its head just turns under its arm, looking right at you, and goes for a bite attack.
Okay.
Which it didn't roll very well for. Does a 14 hit?
That's my AC. How far away is my tentacle? Is it 10 feet? Or is it more than 10
no,
feet?
it's more than 10 feet away.
All right.
Okay, it rolled lowest damage, so you're only going to take 3 points of piercing damage.
Ouch. Okay.
All right. That is
Well, I actually want to use my reaction to Hellish
Rebuke.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Is that a deck save or con save or
That
something?
is a where is it? Dex save, Dex 15.
Okay. It did roll a natural 20.
Oh,
Just
Silvery
take-
barbs.
still half damage.
Thank you.
Oh,
That is a 14.
that does not save. It's gonna take 24 points of fire damage.
Woo! Nice. This one is definitely looking rough. As it is. Wait a sec. What's.
Wait a sec.
The suspense.
It's krilling me.
I'm sorry. I take that back, Shannon.
Yeah.
I take all of it back. Heal yourself with all that health. This thing's movement speed is halved. It doesn't. It needs to use its action to get up to you.
Okay.
I completely forgot about the gravity effect on it, so it is not able to get close enough to you.
Oh, so then it doesn't. Yeah, so then
It doesn't take the damage.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but you
I get back those 3 points.
But you get back. Yeah, I know it's kind of actually.
Hey,
Fortunately,
it's fine.
sorry.
It's fine.
I
It's
just
better
realized
than-
that
it's better than
that was
nothing.
me thinking I was. Well, I was just being honest and realizing it, but
No, you're.
But yeah,
good.
you basically see Bruce's like gravity pulling it back as it almost comes up to attack Jacques, who I imagine still mocks it.
Absolutely.
So Jacques, you also get that silvery barbs back.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
Appreciate the use, though, nonetheless.
Jacques, you are up.
Oh, ricey then.
Septimus,
This
you're
one
on
in
deck.
front of me looks relatively unharmed. The
Now,
one
yeah,
next to
after reversing
Fjern
that.
is
Bloody.
hurting, right?
Yeah.
All right. Bonus action, steady aim,
Mhm.
crossbow. Ugh, almost nat 20 for a dirty 20
Hits.
for a total of 20 magical piercing damage.
Ooh. Hell
Good stuff.
It's still up, but it is looking rough.
Dang.
All right. Jacques is going to run around to where the door is, like the stone door that opened.
Yep.
And if there's another perch for him to get up to, you know how cats like to be in high places, you know.
How's that look?
That's what he's doing here.
A nice little perch over here.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And that's gonna end his turn.
All right, Septimus, you're up.
Oh, it needs to make a concentration check
For the shark?
for the shark. Yeah, right.
Oh,
Is that
yes,
a
I'm sorry.
damage?
I'm sorry. My brain just saw the first thing in front of you. I wrote it down correctly, but yeah. The shark's gone.
Yeah. Fuck that thing.
As the shark vanishes into
Yeah, fuck that
nothingness.
thing. 15 points.
All right, so there's just one. Oh no.
There's two. The shark is just gone.
Okay.
One next to Fjern is almost dead.
Yes, correct.
It's looking really rough or just rough?
It's double. I would say double bloodied.
Double bloodied. I will.
Double rainbow.
Double rainbow shark attack.
Septimus will go ahead and cast a guiding bolt on him.
Ooh, nice. Go ahead and that's an attack roll, right?
Yes.
Go for it.
14.
That does not hit.
Well,
Yeah,
That
ain't that
is-
the worst.
it's my turn.
Do you got any bonus actions you can do?
Yeah, I'll healing word sass.
Thank you.
At
It
level
is-
2, because
I
I'm at a
do-
level 1 spell slots.
I feel it always does
Oh.
feel super bad for the guiding bolt,
Hmm.
particularly to
Yeah.
miss.
7.
Mhm.
It's not really. It wasn't really guided.
I'm
really
gonna
call it that.
chalk it up to Septimus that you're up at the top of this this hatch, poking your head
Yeah,
down and
yeah.
flinging it off.
That's the reason, of course.
Okay, Bruce, you're up. With fear on deck.
I don't know.
Get your cast iron pan out and rush him.
Don't tip me. I guess do another magnified gravity as he gets closer.
What's the radius on that?
It's a 10-foot radius.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can get him without anyone else.
Yeah.
What is it, con? You said
Con 16, yeah.
Yeah, 10. He fails.
Definitely intensifies as he gets closer. 8 damage.
Oh, nice.
Pulse damage.
I just imagine it's like he gets forward and he goes for that almost attack on Sass and Jacquette as suddenly the gravity like sort of like stops, and then he goes and he looks at you, Bruce, and you, Sass, again, and goes like this, and then he gets pulled back by the gravity again, being held semi in place. Do you want to slip away, Bruce, or?
Well, I'm behind Saskia.
That's true.
For the hell of it, I'm gonna bonus action scream again.
Yeah, yip. Yip at him.
Yeah.
You got it. All right, so
And tower in the corner with my eyes closed.
So the glowing one, or the orange-headed one, everyone has advantage on the next turn. All right, Fearon, you are up. There is still the double-bloodied one in front of you.
Yep, we're going for it.
Go for it.
15 to hit.
Just misses.
Run it back. 23 to hit
Absolutely hits.
for 13 damage.
Okay. It's still up.
Swear.
Oh my! By the crescent heart. What are you doing to us there?
Action
I got.
dirge.
I used
Action
it
dirge.
last fight.
He didn't long rest.
Wait,
Action
hold on.
surge.
I forgot he didn't long rest. Yeah.
But did I short rest, Sean?
Yeah, short rest. You get it back.
Oh, yeah. I would say you could have short rested.
Action surge.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say when you were lounging on the deck with Bruce smacking you with his tails when you took your short rest.
I missed both attacks. Go ahead.
Oh.
No.
Wait, both with the...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
Don't you
I got
have
a
advantage?
14 and an 11.
Don't you have advantage?
No, it's the other
though?
one. It's the other one.
Oh.
Okay. All right, Sass, you're
Fear's
up.
lost a lot of blood.
Oh, Fear, you're doing great, buddy.
The exhaustion from staying up all night is finally
Yeah.
getting to him.
All right. I cast a look down at Bruce and say, "Don't worry, I'm not leaving you entirely." And I want to scurry up to the point that Jacquette just vacated.
Pop up on the rock.
Yep. And Eldritch blast that motherfucker right in the face.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll the first beam with advantage.
Okay, thank God.
They both have advantage if they're on this guy.
Okay. First. Oh, fuck. I rolled the same thing. 15 doesn't hit, right?
Just misses.
All right. Second beam. Wow. 16. That
Just
hits.
hits.
Right? All right. That's going to be 13 points of force damage.
Love it.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to move my tentacle in front of it and then hit it, hopefully.
Go for it.
Track record's not looking good. Is this at advantage too?
I believe so.
Okay. And can the tentacle be more in front of Bruce?
Sure.
Yeah. Perfect. There we go. Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
That is going to be 10 points of cold damage.
Okay. Nice. And it reduces its speed by 10?
Yes, it does.
All right. This thing's movement speed has been reduced to 5 with magnified gravity and that.
Oh my goodness.
Which is that creature's turn now.
Maybe it could take one step towards me. I don't know.
Actually. These things are fairly singularly minded once they get their bloodlust. But the other one is going to still attack you, Fearon.
Sure. That's what I'm here for at this point.
First attack hits for 9 points of slashing.
Can I possibly use shield as a reaction?
Yes. The total was 24.
Yeah, it'll still hit me, but wait, shield is +5, right?
Correct.
Yes. So I have a 23. Very
Okay.
sad.
So that one still hits, but you have a 23 for the next two.
Yeah, and I'll take the
Which-
9.
Okay. So that'll definitely save you from the second attack, which was a 21. And the
Nice.
third attack will also not hit you. So you only take the first one. As the first one, you summon the shield, and the claw goes through the shield and swipes across your chest. And then it goes for another one, uppercut, but it scrapes against the icy shield, and it bites against the icy shield. Nothing going on. It just cannot get through. All right. That's the end of their turn. Jacquette, you're up. Septimus, and then Bruce.
Okay. Steady aim. I'm
Yes.
killing this thing in front of Fear.
Yes.
25 to hit.
It hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
17 points of piercing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Okay, finally. This time I think it's through the side of the head because it's facing down Fear. And Jacquette, just from his perch, just kind of aims around like a stalagmite or some shit and just fires off. And
Yeah, absolutely. There's these two scenes of chaos on either side of the room, just gnawing and gnashing and gnashing. And then I imagine you see a head pops out from from the doorway on the top, fires off a guiding bolt that just smashes against the wall, and then suddenly this bolt goes through, and Fear, this shield is up. The bolt goes through the side of the creature's head, and the blood splatters all over the shield and stays animated in the air for a second before dripping down to the ground as it is dead.
You're welcome.
I just look back towards you and sneer, and my gaze affixes on the next target.
Okay. Anything else, Jacquette?
And thus I end my turn.
Okay. Septimus, you are up. There's one left.
Go for another guiding bolt.
Another
Come on,
All right, let's do it. Come on, get that 16.
Come on, little Seppi.
We're gonna do it at level 3 because that's all I got.
Nice.
I believe in you.
Still might miss.
Wow.
That's
a
20. Is it nat 20?
Hell
Yeah.
Is it really?
It
Oh,
is.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. How many dice is that for a level 3 guiding bolt?
12d6.
Ah.
35 radiant
Oh.
damage.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
But that's not maxing half, is it? That's just
No,
doing
it just says
full-
that accounted for the crit.
Yeah, but you gotta max
on
out.
my score.
But
it says
no,
crit.
dude, you max out though. So like that's
Yeah.
what it did there. It's probably gonna.
66
It's 66 and plus
36
will be
36.
plus.
maxed.
Yeah.
So 36 plus the first 6 dice that were rolled. Most likely, it does not matter. No, I know it doesn't matter because the 36 would have done it. How does Septimus, after the frustration of not being able to hit anything,
Hell yeah,
absolutely
Septimus.
obliterate this thing with this guiding bolt?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you take a drink.
Going back to what you said with what I whispered before, its black veins just start just gnawing under its skin as it just kind of just pulsates more and more and this was after the guiding bolt smacks it, and it just erupts and just blows.
Oh, all over me.
All over Bruce and Sass.
Gross.
As the creatures are all dead.
Woo. Well, that was fun. Any more in that hole? I look down there.
Why the
Water
fuck?
is still.
Why did we have to do that? Fuck. We could have just walked away. We didn't have to go anymore. Oh, I told you they were down there.
Right, and we were just fine. See?
Oh.
Septimus
Besides,
climbs
see
down
as I'm-
finally.
Covered in.
As I walk up to
shark
Sass, back.
goo.
Sorry about that. Luckily, we got out unscathed, as I would just start prestidigitating their stuff slowly. Just-
Unscathed.
Yeah.
Unscathed. I'm gonna
Did you
need a
lose
nap.
any limbs?
No, but I'm gonna need a
Sounds
nap.
like you're doing great. Come on. We're adventurers, right? This is what we're supposed to do. There's still one more corridor. Let's get down there. Figure
it under-
out.
Is it underwater?
No.
All right.
It was
Somebody
well
else
fought.
go.
Jacques.
Maybe you can recover that creature's sword. It fell down the hole.
Do you want it?
Yeah, kinda. It looks cool.
Fucking fine. I'll go get it.
Sass, as you are like tired like that, like you start to walk over towards the hole, and you suddenly get filled with adrenaline as you relive for a moment killing one of the Sahagin, and almost like in that moment you feel all of the thrill in a moment like that, as you can feel your patron sort of gassing you up in this moment with this sort of like re-experiencing this thing. You can feel like just this overwhelming, like rewarding feeling from her.
Oh, thank you. All right, here we go. Perfect swan dive.
She hits her head into the rocks.
Didn't you see the sign, Saskia?
No diving.
Can't healing word that.
But you would be able to find the sword, the scimitar.
I'll drop the concentration on the.
Thanks.
It's bubbling this whole time.
Would I have seen that it's made of the hilt is made of shark teeth?
Yes.
Ooh,
All right.
haha.
Can I like take just like a random piece of cloth or something and like wrap it around my hand before I grab it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the sword's gonna come up before I do. And just I'm holding it and you just see it emerge from the hole. Fucking take it, it's heavy.
I like grab it with my gauntleted hand and just like hold it and just swing it around a little bit. It's cool.
Is it cool?
It's pretty cool, but light for you.
I'll keep it anyway.
I'm gonna
Sean.
sit with my feet just dangling in the pool.
Sean,
Yeah.
this room,
Mhm.
does it look more than other than a lair for these creatures?
Yes. So, if anyone wants to give me a nature check, and I'll let anyone do that here to sort of get some of the surmise some of the purpose of this space for these Sahagin.
That's pretty good. 17.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Anyone else?
You remember, right?
What was the
Septimus?
roll? I'm sorry.
As
A
I
nature roll.
give him.
Advantage.
No, I give him
Oh,
+5
give-
to his roll.
Oh, with the flash
Oh,
of genius.
Fear. You're
So
so,
what is-
sleepy.
I know, I'm having problems today.
So Septimus, what does that make your total?
That makes it 25.
In Sass, you got a 17.
Mhm.
So I mean, at the very least, Sass, you get the idea that this is clearly a feeding ground for them. That this is a space where people get trapped frequently who have discovered these ruins, and the Sahagin just come in and fucking devour them.
But not us.
Yes. Septimus, you with that 25 or whatever, 25, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that this next room does not, based on the environment, based on what you're looking through the vestibule, this next room has nothing to do with the Sahagin. The Sahagin found a nice space to eat people, and that's why they've stayed here. This whole space has nothing to do with them other than that this is perfect hunting ground for them.
Not the space that we're in, the space that we're about to go
Yes,
into.
the space
Okay.
you're about to go into. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so who's crossing into the next room?
Jacques already in there. The
Jacques
moment
already
everyone
in.
started looking around, he was already like, "All right, let's go."
Bruce is a little less, like, yeah, let's go. He's like, okay, clutching a frying pan, you know.
I'll go
Yeah.
too.
Yep,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, so it's Jacquette with a lead, Bruce, Sass, Fear, and Septimus moving in. So as you move in, Jacquette, first of all, this space is clearly like carved. The stone here is carved into designs. Pillars are carved into the stone walls. They're all clearly there to make this space not organic. And on those pillars are runes that look as though they were a light a moment ago, but are no longer a light. As in, when this chamber was unlocked, the runes may have turned off. And you are stepping around because it kind of like does a little tiny zigzag until it reaches the larger room. Really tiny little corner that you go around. As you peek around, and you would see in the center of this sort of gilded chamber that is now somewhat dim, other than a few little lights floating in the air like motes around a creature in the middle of the room. Now, this creature is immediately, based on stories and pictures that you've seen, is draconic. But as you're looking at them, they have a more serpentine shape. They're longer, and they actually have a heavy plated shell on them. One could surmise this is probably not exactly a dragon turtle, but a sort of dragon turtle sea serpent hybrid.
Oh boy.
As you peek around the corner, and it's clearly just yawning, really, really, really big. This is from your estimations of books you've read as a bard. This looks to be a young dragon turtle, young dragon turtle worm thing. It just sort of seems to be awakening from a slumber.
The rest of the room. You said it was gilded?
Yes.
Do you mean in that you described the pillars before as being carved in with the runes, and now is this gilded and like it's very fancy, like worth a lot?
Yes.
Like it's hoard?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
20.
Bruce, you would catch up at this point and peek around him and see a giant, giant to you, draconic shape.
Oh, jeez.
This is the vague, large shape you had seen through the walls.
Okay.
Yeah. Like holding back Bruce. Jacquette's like, shh. No. We don't want to alert it. You know dragons and their hordes. I don't think our companions are really up for another fight.
No, absolutely not.
Are we all there?
You would
at
all
this
have
point?
caught up at this point, but you would see clearly Jacquette has his hand out and is whispering to Bruce. You would hear them talking at first, and then you catch up and hear not up for a fight.
As soon as Septimus sees it, he's not gonna say anything, but he's just gonna be like, "Oh hell no!" They're just gonna turn around and walk away.
Bruce,
Yeah,
this might be.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, Bruce. This might be a very stupid question, but can you talk to it?
I could try.
Just tell it we don't mean any harm.
And that we want its money.
No, just the first part.
Okay.
And just like ask it if it's okay, if it needs help. Maybe it's stuck.
All right.
No. This is its horde. It's a
You
dragon.
don't know. Maybe
No.
it got stuck. Just fucking try it.
And Jacquette says in Draconic to Bruce,
Don't worry, I've got your back.
letting him know that Jacques also
Yeah.
speaks Draconic and
Yeah.
can communicate if we need it.
And that's the first time Bruce has ever heard that. He's like, oh, okay. But also, shit. Jacquette's not doing it.
See which.
He's got your back.
Shouldn't we bring back the supplies and, get all our stuff together
And
before we do this?
No, we're not leaving everybody to. No, just give it a minute.
As you
Yeah,
say that to
yes.
each other, you just hear this sort of like really huge sigh of relief from this draconic creature. As Jacquette and Bruce, you peek over, and it is rolling in a pile of seaweed in the corner. That is also, you see as it rolls over the seaweed, it kind of like goes around it, and you can see under all that seaweed is a significant amount of coin and treasure.
If anyone looks into Jacquette's eyes, they just see dollar signs. And a little saliva starts to come out of his mouth. You know, like when cats get that little saliva.
Bruce is-
Your tongue just shoots down and you're like rolling it up on the floor.
Bruce is gonna take out a lollipop.
Yeah, of course he is.
I love it.
Cast a enhance ability on myself.
And then Jacquette's gonna go.
Remember, he's just one of your kind. They'll trust you more. Just
Yeah.
believe in the heart of the dragon.
Giving him a bardic inspiration.
Alright.
Could I also
Give me some space over here.
can I invoke the rune charm on someone else?
No, unfortunately, it can only be invoked on yourself. Wait, no, I take that back. Let me check the ability real quick.
You or another creature you could see within 60
Yeah,
feet
'cause
of you
it's-
makes
'cause I
an
made the
attack
item,
roll,
didn't I?
saving throw, or ability check. You can use a reaction to cause the roll to have advantage or disadvantage.
So you can have that ready to go if Bruce has to make a roll.
Double
Okay.
advantage.
Yeah, sick.
Oh, yeah. Or I guess if Bruce has to make a roll that's not what he gave himself advantage in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you have to make 2 rolls.
Yeah. Not in so I'm giving myself advantage in charisma. Hello there. Is everything all right? In Draconic.
You see at first, like, sort of you kind of coming in, you're a little quiet as the creature doesn't necessarily notice right away as it's rolling in this seaweed and then kind of like slumps forward. It's almost like the behavior of it is like a long bear. It's the best way I can describe it. Like, you know how way a bear moves, except if you stretched a bear out and threw a bunch of thick turtle plates on its shoulders and scales instead of fur. And it has this short snouted face that's very much like a snapping turtle, with 2 sets of eyes on either side, that then kind of like slowly do that lizard blink. And then he kind of sits up in a weird, like, bear sitting position, like his belly looking quite large, actually, as he rests his turtley claws on it to have that turtle way of just being like this fan of razor sharp claws, as he just kind of looks at you, and the head comes up and the neck is extremely long, coming out of sort of the shell-like body or carapace. As the neck goes forward in a very uncomfortable way to look at, as it sort of.
Are you trapped here? You right?
So stupid.
Jacquette says under his breath.
Did you break the spell?
Did I break what?
The spell.
Which one?
Whatever that bastard put on this place. The door. As his head goes and moves almost around you, and like gets around a corner, and a lot of you hiding behind there might push up against a wall as you see the head staring over around the corner.
I think Fearn, when he stepped up, Fearn's separate from him, but has stepped into the limelight as well. Like, just in case something happens, he doesn't want to be too close, but he wants to be, ready in case, things go bad.
Yeah, we opened the way out temporarily.
Well, I did.
Yeah, the cat did.
You see the neck
That's
goes back.
not a cat.
Neck goes back and it plops down so that it's on its all fours again. And it kind of comes close to you. And it starts laughing a very big guffaw as it sits back down and plops on the ground, shakes the space just with the density of it as it puts its hands on its belly again, kind of like a panda. As it then its head looks down at you again, Bruce. Brave for a little one.
Terrified is more like it, but
No reason to be terrified. At least not today. You've done me a great favor today, little one.
Again, it was me.
Well, then show yourself.
Well, Jacquette's just leaning nonchalantly on the wall. I mean, with fear and out in the open, I don't think there's any need to hide for any of it.
Is he speaking Draconic?
He is.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, the Tabaxi's right. It was all him. But we've come and we. Do you need to get out? We can get you out. Are you able
What
to
is
get
he
out from here?
saying?
It sounds fine.
No, I don't need any more help now. You have helped open my way.
What's your name, by the way?
The head turns to you as it was like sort of staring towards the exit, and it sort of looks at you now. This is really like if you coiled up a sea serpent within a turtle shell.
But it has arms and legs?
It does. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, mostly like in the length of it and the head coming out. It's very much like a fusion of a dragon turtle and a sea serpent. Sarud. The young.
Sarud. Do you have a place of origin? Are you from this area or these waters, or?
These waters were my family's. My broods, my fathers, my mothers. Until expelled. Or they were all killed, and I was imprisoned here. Stuck. First.
And who imprisoned you? Was it those other sea monsters, or no? It probably wasn't that. It was who was it?
No. I've forgotten the name. But he came down from beyond. Chaos behind his eyes. Oh, the storms and oh, the quakes and the fiery infernos and the gusts of storm behind his eyes.
Does that sound familiar, Jacquet?
This individual that trapped you down here. It was a humanoid like us. Bipedal, about 6 foot tall.
Silhouette only. No. We had others with him. Oh. 2 women. One young, foolish sounding, chaotic as well. The other a timid creature, even younger. And another man who said little, grinned in the distance. 4 of them there were, who defeated my family with these seas. But you have freed me,
Huh.
and I can regain my strength and take these waters back. And whatever-
Yeah. Well, best luck.
Before you go, Sarud. Am I saying that right, Sarud?
Yes, Sarud the Young.
Sarud the Young. Soon to be Sarud the Strong, right? Once you regain your strength.
You see he's tapping on his stomach again. It seems as though he was mostly hibernating while trapped in here, but maybe was eating a lot of seaweed and parts of his hoard that were here, as he has grown quite large. And he sort of has this strange joyousness to him, mingled with this streak of revengefulness.
My name is Jacques Touchard, and we here are the adventuring party Iron and Mana. At your
Iron
service.
and mana. Adventurers.
I don't know how things used to be around here, but where I come from, when a group of young, upstart adventurers like ourselves rescue a creature locked behind magic, it is customary for the creature to reward said adventurers with some riches from its hoard, if it is so, if it deems it fit.
Sean, can I
Yeah.
roll insight just because it's Jaquette? Like, I don't know what he's talking about, but I can infer what he's talking about.
Yeah, I think even from the tone, like no one needs to roll insight. You can hear the tone of Jacquette's voice that he's doing his usual persuasive speech. Of course.
Bjorn is giving you a very murderous look.
Jacquette does not give two shits.
Jacquette, so
Just
I know
saying.
you get you automatically get a 20, but just roll
Sure,
persuasion just to see if we get higher than that. What'd you get?
A natural
20.
1.
Okay, well, good thing it goes
So if
automatically
that
to a
doesn't,
20.
yeah, if that doesn't say,
You got his head.
That would
You're-
still be an 11. So that
Yeah.
would
I'll
save me from
use the
getting
pendant
killed.
on him.
So that head comes out of the shell again and gets as close as it can to Jacquette, which is, it's not right up in your face, but it is clearly staring at you now, and it kind of looks you up and down. Oh, the swagger of a bard. You remind me of someone. The name slipped my memory from my slumber. I like your boldness, and you have done me a great favor here. What do you want?
Looking around, is there anything besides the coins that kind of stand out as valuable?
Yes, there is a pile in another corner that does look to have some very old armor mingled amongst all of it. Mingled in with a bunch of other sort of like detritus, old chests and whatnot. There's likely more riches, but there's also likely some weapons and armor potentially in here as well, and other maybe perhaps magical items.
If it so pleases Sarud the Young, maybe each of us can take one item from your hoard. And of course, if you ever need anything from us, we are more than willing to aid you once again.
Oh. My mother had adventurers, always helpful, tight squeeze.
Your mother sounds like a very smart woman. I would have loved to have met her.
She was until the 4 struck her down. Your proposition seems fair. One item each from my hoard, or favor from Sarut the Young.
Giving a very graceful bow, Jacques turns to the others and goes, "You're welcome. We are all allowed to pick one item from this majestic creature. His name is Sarud the Young. Each of us can take one item or ask a favor of our most gracious host."
I would also like to say that, no, you're welcome, because I believe I was the one that told Bruce to talk to him, so, You're welcome.
I'm sorry, Saskia. Bruce wasn't the one that bartered this deal.
Guys,
There wouldn't have been a deal if I didn't
You have no idea.
suggest it.
You have no idea.
I don't know what she says, but you all become adventurers.
they have a complex of I don't know. You ever hear of like dick swinging? Who's got the bigger dick here?
And switching to Draconic, that is not what's happening here. She simply cannot let me have anything. She wants to knock me down a peg every time she can.
Sess, you don't
Yeah,
understand anything he just
I know,
said.
yeah, I know. As soon as I made that
Yeah,
face,
right.
I know. Yeah. Bruce, what's he saying?
He's
I'm just clarifying some things.
You hear the
Anyway.
billowing laugh from him as Sass, his neck comes up close to you.
Hi.
He's gonna eat you, look out.
So he's a young dragon turtle, so he wouldn't be able to eat you in one bite. He would be able to take your head off in
that's
one
comforting.
bite. But you do see, you're the first one though that he does bare his fangs to, and you see as he grips his mouth is weird because it's got the hooked beak of a snapping turtle at the front.
Yeah.
But then as he opens it up, you can see that there are so many gnarly teeth in there and a serrated, spiked tongue inside. You reek of the sea.
What's he saying?
He says you
it-
reek. Oh, sorry, you can translate.
Oh no,
I think
it's
she wants to hear it from me anyways.
yeah.
That's what says as he starts to peruse the wares.
He says that you reek of the sea.
Yes. Is that a bad thing? Do you mind translating?
She says, yeah, she is from the sea. Is that a bad thing?
The sea is my family no longer controls. The seas of my enemies.
He thinks you're from the seas of his enemies.
Out, Saskia.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So she kind of lost her memory at some point. So she doesn't really know any of that sort of past. She's really not that kind of person.
And kind of like getting excited here, and to you, Bruce, and to Sarud, but kind of like looking back and forth. He said a favor. Yes. Can you ask him if he has any way to either maybe not restore memories, but at least let me see them without clouds?
You should ask him about your patron.
Or just take a magic item.
Yeah, which is it? Do you want me to ask about the patron, or do you want him to
No, my memories.
memories?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see if he has that sort of power.
I'm not hopeful, but if that's
Hey, Sarud, she's curious. Do you have the ability to restore memories by chance?
Not in my current state. Or as I grow stronger, but I would not restore some peace.
He's too young right now. He'll as he gets older and stronger, he'll have the ability to.
Oh, all right. But Sean, you said something at the end there. I didn't catch it.
He said he would not restore the likes of you, the memories of the likes of you.
Oh, okay.
Rude.
Do you tell me that?
No, I do not.
Okay. So
Jacques
does that mean when he's stronger, he might be able to? Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see if we run into him again.
Right. Thank you. Why does he still look like he hates me?
Well, you are maybe from somewhere he doesn't.
But I didn't do anything.
At
Well-
this
I
point,
didn't do anything.
Fion's gonna step in between Sea Witch and this creature, and is looking directly at the creature when he's talking, but he talks to Bruce and says, "Tell this creature that for my favor I wish free passage for the likes of Iron and Mana in his waters."
Sarud, Fearn here, this tiefling, he's asking for free reign in your waters of Iron and Mana, our band.
You guys really don't know how to. Oh, geez.
He sniffs at Fear now. Not to the same extent, but there is some distaste from him, Fearn as well.
He has one hand on his great sword and is standing proudly.
He does
Hey.
retreat his head back though, and looks to you and to Jacquette, and then peeks around to Septimus. So long as these two do not bring their whatever it is they serve.
Right? All right.
I
yeah, as long
hold
as-
you, little one, accountable as their guardian for my seas. Whatever
Wait, why?
entities they dabble in, I don't like it.
Duly noted. I'll be sure to parent them and make sure that they. Yeah.
So long as you vouch for them, they will have safe passage as I retake the seas.
Yeah, as long as I'm here, he has no problem with you traveling along their seas.
And the silly bard.
Still is a strong word. Don't you think well-spoken, eloquent?
It's in this moment where there's dialects getting in the way here, as he was saying silly, like very like in a tone of respect. Maybe means silly in your dialect of Draconic, but maybe entertaining or inspiring in his.
Hey, Septimus, do you want a magic item or something?
I said them just kind of like peeking around.
There's
It's
some
still
nice
like a
armor
little
over there I
thin.
saw.
What? May I take a look first to see
Yeah.
potentially what it is?
Are we allowed to browse? I mean,
Yes.
Jacquette's already browsing, so yes.
Ooh, yes, you may take a look around. Take one item and then be gone for now. I must plan. Return when you wish, so long as you two are with the rest.
Understood.
I don't know. My favor seems like more of a favor to you, Bruce, than to me.
Well, that's what you asked for.
No, that isn't what I asked for. He made his own rule.
Yeah. I
guess
asked, and
I
that's what
can't
you
really
received.
Well, I mean, I guess I can't really complain with this thing. We're not in any shape to fight it. Just hurry and grab your stuff and let's get out of here.
Did he say that he would restore the memories? Should I save that?
Don't count on it, honey.
I wouldn't count on it. Yeah.
Oh. Well, do you think he'll let? Well, I don't know that he does. Well, do you think he'll let me take something?
Yes.
Yeah.
After hearing
I don't say that in Draconic. I just say it in Common.
Yeah.
Just walk over and inspect what's over there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for bracers if there are any.
A particular
What
kind of
bracers?
bracers.
Something that'll up my AC.
Arrow
Anything.
catching. Yes, perfect.
So I think what we'll do is we'll end it there and talk about magic items over the week that you all can get access to through this horde, and jump back in next week. As you have met Sarud, the young.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Pretty cool guy.
All right. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us. Wherever you are in the world, whether that's I didn't even notice. Thank you for that
Thanks
raid,
for the
Dirty
raid.
Rollers. Thank you so much. We were just talking with a little an adolescent dragon turtle sea serpent creature that they have discovered through some puzzles and killing some monsters. All right, so we're gonna send a raid on over to someone. Spread the love even further. Let's see. We'll send it over to Queen's Court Games. Do. Do. There we go. That's a great way for us to end tonight and send the raid on over.
God.
So proud of you.
Please
You're
don't
welcome.
bring that to the next stream.
No.
I waited till the end, like a gentleman.
All right, everybody, say goodnight or goodbye, wherever you want.
Good
Think about
night.
it.